Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are all having a good Monday. Before I proceed, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. You can see my AV. Are we all good on y'all end? Are we good? Can we move forward? How we doing? Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me and see me, because I've been having issues. We all good? Everybody can hear me? We good? Okay. Okay. Um, the title of our podcast today is called, the taunting. We all know what that means. If you don't know what it means, Google is free. I'm not going to go into the definition. If anyone has ever played any sports or even in life when we were kids, our siblings, all they did was what? Taunt us, right? Try to get us a whooping, try to get us in trouble. um so if anybody's been keeping up with basketball lately, the NCAA women's basketball game was yesterday. It was Iowa against LSU. If anybody's familiar with basketball, I typically don't watch women's basketball. I ended up watching this because they've been talking about Caitlin Clark. If anybody knows who Caitlin Clark is, she plays for Iowa. She's really good. She's a junior. The girl got game. I'm not going to sit here and deny that this woman is bad. Okay, she got her shit together. The woman knows how to shoot. Majority people can't even hold her. She's broken many, many records. And I want y'all to just hear this part. She's only a junior, okay? So even if y'all don't like her, you can call her a man, you can call her ugly, doesn't matter. The woman is skilled. She knows how to hoop. Now, me as a former athlete, I played on a lot of teams. I've never really played on a women's team. I only played on men's team, and I was pretty damn good. Um, and I also coached men's basketball. If anybody's ever in Arizona, I used to coach men's basketball. It was Phoenix Suns Night Hoops. The Phoenix Suns implemented a basketball team where these men can play ball and they have a chance to go to college. They might have fucked up in high school and it messed them up with eligibility, so they couldn't just go from high school straight to a D1. So the Phoenix Suns paid for this program, and they made me a female coach. I was the only female coach for the program. And as a female coach, I won 3 trophies. So I really don't give a fuck what people say about me or my skills. And, oh, she don't like black women. And I don't give a fuck. I coach men as a woman. And these men were the ages of 18 all the way up to 28. Some of them lied about their age. So I would say up to 30. And I was able to send 7 men to D1 college. One of the men that I had the pleasure of playing on my team and helping me get a trophy, his name is Michael Craig. He was on ESPN. The boy can dunk, very skilled. I know my shit. Not only did I coach these men, but I played with these men and I won trophies with men. So if anybody's ever in Arizona, you can ask about Daphne. I was one of the best female athletes out there. No, I didn't go to college because I had to get a job to help my dad keep our house. My life changed. If anybody knows my story, losing my mother is why I did not go to college to play ball. Was I skilled? If anybody again is in Arizona, there was a coach for the men's basketball league. I used to go to the men's practices after our practices and work out with them. So I was pretty damn good. I was not to be fucked with as a female. And one thing I never did was I never taunted. I made people fall. I put people on, made them look. I put people on reels where I would cross them up really good to make them fall. But one thing I never did was, follow them and taunt them. Because again, I'm playing against men, and some of these men were not raised to respect women. I could have got slapped. I could have got killed. Now, when I was playing outside pickup ball, I would talk shit. You ain't better than me, blah, 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 blah. But one thing I never did as an athlete, a part of a team, is make myself look bad, right? Especially if I was the only female on a team and I already have to prove myself, right? Okay, so again, Caitlin Clark is really good. Angel Reese, she plays for LSU. Angel Reese, she's number 10. That was my number in high school. I love that number, right? Angel Reese, she's the leader of her team, right? She's the leader. She's broken many records as well. Not as many as Caitlin. She's not even close to Caitlin's records, but she does have more NIL deals. In me being an athlete, I would rather have records than deals, because those deals are not just they're not exclusive to just you. They might be working with other athletes too with those same deals, right? But when you hold records, those are things that people have to either meet or exceed. So I actually would rather be like on the Caitlyn side where nobody's fucking with me, right? At the end of the day, we know that Caitlyn Clark is good. So she did do a lot of trash talk in the league, right? You know, trash talk is normal. You ain't better than me. Oh, shut up. We're up by 15. That is the trash talk I used to do. What I never did was follow the person I'm talking shit to taunt them, especially if I'm the leader. So the big debate online right now, everybody is making it more about race. It was whites against blacks. Even though Iowa did have a black on their team, she just wasn't as skilled, right? But they still had one black, right? But typically it was more of a race thing to people online. I'm not going to go there with it because at the end of the day, it's about the sport, right? Let me tell y'all something about women's basketball. You know, if they decide to go to the WNBA, the minimum payment is $74,000. Now, I can name like 100 people who are making more than $74,000 a year, right? So they already don't pay women enough, okay? What they thrive off of are endorsements. Angel Reese has the most NIL deals as a college player, but when you go to the WNBA, it is not the same. You're looking for endorsements, right? And most of those endorsements are ran by white motherfuckers, white people. They're in charge of that. So if you're going to be ghetto and loud and I don't give a fuck and all that, good luck on your brand when you try to get those endorsements from them white people, right? They're already looking at you like an animal. They already think you don't know how to contain yourself and you don't know how to lead. If anybody saw Love and Basketball, if anybody really is a true athlete, Love and Basketball wasn't real, but we remember when Monica Wright was boasting, right? What did her coach make her do? Stand on the sideline with her hand up, right? That was the kind of coach I had. You don't brag and boast about something you do on the court. You let your game speak. That's where I come from, right? But I guess this new generation likes to taunt, chase people down, and, ooh, give me my ring. Now, mind you, Angel Reese, she usually averages 23 points and 16 rebounds. She had 15 points and 10 rebounds. So she had an off night. She actually sat out majority of the first half because she was in foul trouble, which means her defense wasn't even on point. So we all forgot about the other players who outdid Angel in that game. It was a team effort. There were other players who were just as good, right? Who had more points than her, but the focus was more on Angel. So when you don't even have the most points on your team, you really don't have you shouldn't be chasing people down and talking shit when you didn't even put your best into that game, right? Because it takes away from the team. It was a team effort, but Caitlyn still got her 30 plus points, right? She still got her stats. So Caitlyn doesn't give a fuck because she's only a junior. This woman was killing them and she's only a junior going against majority seniors. So again, it's okay to trash talk, ladies. It is. But when you follow people and you act like the animal they claim you are, you're just giving them ammunition to continue to talk shit about you. And people say, well, we shouldn't care. Well, if you're trying to go to the WNBA, you should care. What did they make Kyrie Irving do? Apologize, right? For sharing something that was his own personal opinion. He already lost Nike. He started losing that money, that white money. Y'all know how the game works. If anybody is a real athlete, they know what you do outside of basketball or on the court can impact your endorsements. It can impact your money. If Kyrie Irving did not say sorry, his ass would not be playing today. So he had to conform, right? Y'all all act like it's a game until they put your ass on the spot. I didn't want Kyrie to say sorry. He was sharing something that was his own opinion. But what happens when you play for the WNBA or NBA? You are under contract. You have to obey them. If you don't like it, start your own shit. That's the way the game goes. But when you're a female and you're already not getting paid that much money, you have to act with class. Because at the end of the day, majority of these owners, they're white. They're white. So they don't give a fuck about how big your lashes are or how many rebounds you get. If you have a shitty attitude and you don't act like a leader, they're not going to fuck with you. I'm trying to tell y'all the way it is. But a lot of these people online think what she did was equivalent. It wasn't. Because let me tell y'all one thing about a black woman. I guarantee you if Iowa won and Caitlyn was following Angel like that, Angel would have turned around and knocked her out. And y'all can sit here and say I'm lying, but I know how women get down. They're emotional. If Angel's team lost, if LSU had lost that game, and Caitlyn was following her and putting her hand up for the ring, y'all mean to tell me Angel would have been smiling like, she's so funny? No, she would have got to fighting. So y'all acting like what Angel did was fair. It wasn't fair because Caitlyn never took it that far in any of those games. All she did was the little John Cena for 2 seconds and told another player, shut up, we're up by 15. That's trash talk. That's okay. But when you follow people and get in their face, that's disrespectful. And I know men that would have fought. I had to contain many of my male athletes because of that type of shit right there. You don't follow people to talk shit. Your game already speaks for itself. All I'm trying to tell you guys is in this type of environment, when you're a woman trying to make it and you know it's already hard, don't give them something to judge you on. Now, I know that MLA said all money ain't good money. Very true. But if these women are trying to go to the WNBA, hey, what you gonna do? A lot of people that thought what she did was right, y'all work for a boss that's an asshole. And y'all come into work and act like everything's cool. Y'all act like when you work in corporate America, y'all don't be acting like, let me not act as ghetto. Let me not talk as black. So when people tell me all money ain't good money, to me, that's a cop-out. Because I know people right now that when they go to work, they act like a fucking white person. Yeah, that'd be exquisite. I would love to do lunch. And that is not how you are. Half of y'all don't even act like your real selves at work because you're scared that the white man's going to hold you accountable, right? So don't sit up here and act like y'all don't know what that shit is like. When you work for corporate America, you are under their rules. Get your own shit. That is why I told y'all working for yourself is the best thing you can ever do. Because when you work for someone else, you have to obey. So I don't care how many black people tell me I'm wrong. I know people that act like, when they come to work, they don't act like themselves. They don't. And I even say, hey, you don't talk like that. I know, but I have to, right? No, you don't. You don't, right? But y'all know if you act like yourself, you're probably not going to get the job, right? So don't act like y'all don't put on that corporate America persona when you're working for the man. Don't play with me today. Half of y'all don't even have a black boss or work for a black corporation. You work for white people. So when it comes to sports, that's ran majority by white people, unfortunately. So when you act like a ghetto ass broad, they're not going to fuck with you. I don't care how many rebounds you get. And y'all can say, well, she'll still get drafted. I'm not saying she won't. But who do you think she's going to play for? A black owner or a white owner? Most likely it's going to be a white owner. That's just the way it works, you guys. That's the way it works. So when I posted my opinion, people, of course, they came for me. Oh, you don't like black women. You must not play ball. I'm not going to sit here and debate with people over politics. When it comes to sports, black people, we don't have a lot of the control. We play. We're the reason why people turn on the TV, but we're not running shit. We're just playing for the man. That's all we're doing. That's all you're doing, really. That's it. So again, guys, we have to remember that they already judge us, right? They judge us every day. And when she did the John Cena, that was fair. It was when she started following Caitlyn that made her look like the thug that they call her, right? Then she said, oh, y'all said I'm too ghetto. I'm too hood. Well, hood people follow people. So you just did exactly what you said you don't do, right? So again, I'm never going to encourage a woman to do that. Me being a coach myself, me playing the sport that I love, I would never encourage someone to do that. What are we teaching our young girls to do? Taunt people? That shit ain't funny. Because if your kid come home crying, she was following me. Y'all the parents that come down to the school and be like, I want to see this bitch, right? So y'all over here acting like the shit wasn't that big when it was. Know why? Because no one's talking about the rest of the team who put in the work. Angel made it about her. Y'all mean to tell me they weren't going to put that on ESPN? She did it during the game, you guys. She did it during the game. And the men that I know told me I would have turned around and clocked her. And that's coming from male athletes. I would have turned around and said, get the fuck out of my face, which is what I would have did too. Real talk. Y'all got the game. You won. Back up. But we know Caitlyn ain't about that life. She's probably never fought in her whole life. Right? But she's that person that everybody picked on their team because she can shoot. At the end of the day, when it comes to overall game, we know Caitlyn is the better player. I'm never going to say that Angel's better because she's black. No, I'm going off of stats. I'm going off of overall game. Overall game. You got to keep it 100 with yourself. Nobody broke any of those records that Caitlyn set. Give her props. I give people props when it needs to be given. But I'm not saying that Angel isn't good. She's very good, but she's not great. I'm keeping it 1,000 today. So I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna see what y'all saying. So look, I know a lot of y'all want to get y'all 2 cents in. Let me drop this link in the comment. If you guys have an opposing opinion, I'm cool with that. Just don't disrespect. Because I know a lot of y'all don't like my opinion. I think a lot of y'all think that it's great to taunt, talk shit, and then be the aggressor. I know a lot of y'all came from that type of environment, right? But what I'm saying is when you're trying to get signed, you can't act like that. It's like if you're trying to go to a job interview and they saw online that you was acting a fool. Do you think they're going to hire you? No. So don't sit up here and say they're going to say, well, yeah, that girl did say that to you, so you did have to say that back. No, not corporate America. They're going to say you didn't have to respond, right? You could have walked away, right? When you're trying to get a job to work for someone that you're not, familiar with, you don't know them, it's not your family, you have to conform. It's sad, but that's the truth, you guys. So all I'm saying is what Angel did, she is going to apologize because she has to protect her brand. It's her brand. She has to protect it. And the whole world saw what you did. I mean, hey, Kobe Bryant's wife posted not only LSU, but she posted Caitlyn. Ask yourself why. If she didn't fuck with Iowa, she would have never did that, right? Because she knows that Caitlyn is a true athlete. When somebody's in your face and you don't give them that energy, that takes a lot. They just lost. She was all up in Caitlyn's face. Let's just keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. You don't do that. As a woman, you don't do that. You're better than that. So again, that is my opinion. If you guys oppose the opinion, give me a good reason why. And I don't want to hear because Caitlyn did it. Because Caitlyn didn't do exactly what she did. She was walking onto the court doing the John Cena. She didn't follow anybody doing it. So again, I need a better argument than Caitlyn did it. Because where I'm from, we not followers. We leaders. Where I'm from. You feel me? What she did was a follower. She did what a follower does. Oh, because Caitlyn did it. But you won. You won. Your game did the talking, right? Okay, who do we have on here today? We have Marquise. Okay, Daquan, you're first. Talk to me.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Queen. I hope all is well.
All is well. Talk to me.
Well, overall, for the most part, I mean, seeing how the situation played out, I mean, I really think it was bad for her to try and rub salt into an open wound, so to say, if you get what I'm saying. So, from that perspective, I get what you're saying. There's a certain level of class that you're supposed to carry and uphold at all times, being in that type of facet, as far as being in professional sports or trying to elevate yourself to become a professional athlete. I mean, there's a lot of things that transpire on the court, even in male sports, but for the paraphrase versus male versus female, there's really a cross verse really just on the viewership alone. A lot of female sports overall isn't really catching a lot of buzz the way male sports are because 9 times out of 10, even females have said it themselves. They really don't watch their own criteria. They don't even consider themselves fan of their own sport. So it's kind of hypocritical for them to really beef and say, "Oh, there's a problem with women from that aspect," when y'all not actually putting in the work that needs to be done for y'all viewership and y'all actual endorsements and connections to actually rise.
Now, Daquan, did you ever play ball, football, basketball, any type of sport in
I
school?
have, I have. In high school, I played football as well as basketball.
Okay, so right now, do you watch football more or basketball?
But right now, I'm watching. I'm a sport fanatic overall. So anything that's active, as far as basketball, football, baseball, I'm on it generally in sports. That's just one of my main hobbies. I love sports overall. But right
Okay,
now, currently, I'm watching basketball.
okay, cool. We're gonna stick with basketball. Let's
Okay.
say that. Okay, let's say that LeBron James made a shot and the team won. And right when they won, he started following the opposing team, talking stuff. What do you think they'd do to LeBron? And be honest from your heart. What
Depending
happens?
depends upon the severity of the taunt. Like some people get fined, some people
Bam.
get
Stop right
technical
there.
fouls.
Stop
Oh,
right there. If the game was over, LeBron would be fined. If the game was currently going on and there was 8 seconds left and he did it, what happens, Daquan? What happens to LeBron?
That would just be a technical
It
foul.
would be a technical. Now, let me ask you why. Why, Daquan? Why would they give him a technical if the game was in play, or a possible fine if the game was over? Why, Daquan?
Because there would have to be some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct that would have to be portrayed on the floor for the referees to actually have to indicate that happening. They been trained and they probably know when to execute something like that. If a player is getting overzealous as far as crowding and taunting and getting in their face, they have to step in and actually separate those players. Sometimes it actually erupts into a fight and people get suspended, people get fined.
That's what I wanted to hear. I
Hmm.
know when it comes to men's basketball, men ain't gonna let another man follow their team after losing a game and they gonna let it slide. Most men will react. There might be a fight. There might be a shove. Something is going to happen. So for a lot of men to come out and say it's fair game, it isn't fair game. Now, if Caitlyn was doing that to their specific team, following them and taunting them, it's a even playing field. But you guys are bringing up footage from the Elite Eight, the Elite 16. I don't give a fuck about those old games.
It
And
would have to happen that
hold
game.
on. And everything I saw that Caitlyn did was nowhere near the same level as Angel. Angel came out and said in front of everybody, I disrespected her because she disrespected somebody on my team. I don't give a damn. If she disrespected Bonquisha, let Bonquisha handle her own shit. You're a leader.
You
Leaders do
right.
not say, I got you. Let me go ahead and taunt her and get this bitch mad. That's not
No,
what
you're
leaders
right.
do.
You're
Leaders
right.
don't do that. They don't do
That
that.
that
They
that
don't.
wasn't supposed to be emulated from her character. She was raised better than that, and
She was.
just for the stature that she created for herself, I think she really dropped her status quo quite a
A
lot as
little.
far as her
There you
stock
go.
play.
There you go. And it's not just that. When ESPN posted it, I went on to ESPN and there were even WNBA coaches adding their 2 cents. I would never draft her. Now I know a lot of y'all might say, so who gives a fuck? She don't want to play for the WNBA. Yes, she does.
Does
She
that's the
absolutely does. So y'all
If
can say
not, she
whatever the
would
fuck
have to
y'all
go
want.
to the Olympics
But
or maybe overseas.
when you got WNBA coaches saying that was bad. If that was my player, she would be suspended a few games. Then that's telling me that it was severe. And these are WNBA coaches. She's not going to the NBA. She's going to the W. Now, if this had been a man acting like this, a black man at that, they're not fucking with him. They treat men 10 times worse. They do. So why do you think a woman would be treated anything less? What I'm trying to tell you guys is when you're on the path to trying to play for white people, you have to conduct yourself in a professional manner at all times. If she only did the John Cena, nobody would have gave a fuck. They would have said equal energy. Yeah, queen. But she didn't. She acted like the ratchet thug that these white people call her. And if anybody hasn't seen the video, it's on my Instagram. You can go to Queen of Accountability. It is on my Instagram. I want you to watch how she followed Caitlyn during the game. This wasn't after the game. And she didn't even get a technical for that. But they gave Caitlyn a technical for throwing the ball out of bounds and going into a huddle with her team. They gave her a technical for that low level shit. So don't act like they had like the refs were not fucking up on both ends. They were. They were. Now if they would have
Understand?
gave go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. No, no, you go. Go ahead, Queen. I'm sorry for
No,
cutting
go
you
ahead. You
off.
can
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead. I'm good.
You sure?
No, go ahead.
I know he be getting on the roll, so my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off in the
No, go
midst of
ahead.
that, but
You good. Go ahead.
all right, mom. Know what I'm saying, but I can understand where you're coming from, as far as the portrayal of the situation. I mean, most of the time, a WNBA player's common salary per year is just maybe a third of what an NBA player would be getting one game. So they're really putting their lives in jeopardy. Furthermore, displaying these type of actions in public. I know personally because I'm in this type of environment. I work at two public sporting arenas, so I see this type of behavior all the time, whether it comes from one of my coworkers or a common fan. All of this has to be audited and jotted down and noted very, very continuously. People got to understand you can't conduct yourself like that in a professional setting because it's
Okay.
not going to fit the right stigma.
Okay, hold on. I forgot we had Mr. Matthews on here. He's been so quiet and patient.
My
Go
bad,
ahead.
Matt. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
Um, I think honestly it's like 50-50. I'm gonna say it's 50-50 because let's be real. If and you brought up LeBron James and Steph Curry, in that situation, if we're being honest, Celeb, if we're being honest in that situation,
That's correct.
LeBron wouldn't really get the call because like how the refs did Caitlin Clark in the game, they wouldn't do it to LeBron because it's favoritism in the league as well. So it's like
And not to
it's
cut
not
you off,
keeping
not to
that same
mention, but
energy all around. And when you, this is not me vouching for her because what she did, in my opinion, was wrong. What Angel Reese did, in my opinion, if you ever seen the movie Drumline, it's when Devin goes up in the middle of that movie and he goes up to the other band member's drum, and he beats on the drum when they're already beating them down already. It's kind of like that.
Good comparison. Good comparison.
It's like Caitlin Clark is the band drummer who already hit you with 2 hit songs. And now Angel Reese comes out of nowhere with multiple hits, and now you're on the back burner, and you just come up and beat my drum like it's nothing in front of my face. It's the epitome of going out there, me being a former professional, a former like high school athlete. Now I'm in college because I was able to get a full ride before I stopped. Certain coaches allow that to happen, like a Kim Mulkey. When you look at Kim Mulkey's whole career, Kim Mulkey is what you would call is the basis of the modern woman. And what I mean by that is when you look at her career, she's never agreed with authority at all. She's always been against the grain. Even leading up to her in her Hall of Fame speech, she said, and I quote, "The reason why I'm here because I went through the grain." So if your coach has that model and that responsibility saying you can go up against the authority, it's okay to show up your chest and be arrogant, if you will, right? I get that. But on the grand scheme of things, when you're a professional trying to make this your career, your dream, you got to understand that, sure, you might be called a coon in the black community, but you want to be labeled and be that guy. And when it comes down to doing your business, like even in high school, coaches told us when it came to football, hey, don't do nothing in the school to get us called back here because we will
exactly.
instantly get rid of you. As soon as you put on that
Mentally throw you on the
uniform,
bench. You're not having no practice at
right?
all. That ass
As
is
soon as
grass.
you mess up wearing that uniform, you're gonna have to work
That's
your way up. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Which is
dead
why I
ass.
say the reason why I'm okay with it a little bit, and you can say maybe I'm a part of the problem. I'm not. I can say I'm probably a part of the problem with it. In my opinion, I think, let's be real, because Angel Reese did that, right? I know people were still paying attention to the tournament, right? But this whole
Mm-hmm.
beef situation going on with Iowa State and their fans talking trash while LSU's fan is talking trash, it make the game more memorable, right? So now it
It's part
boosts
of the
up
belly of
their
the beast.
ratings, right? They boost up their ratings for next year. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
in the
Because
grand
now they
scheme
got
of
a
things,
rivalry started.
Daphne, you cannot listen to what these WNBA owners tell you because guess what? Candace Parker had plenty of scandals. And because she was the face of the WNBA, you know how many scandals they put underneath the rug? Plenty.
That's not
A
the
lot of
same. Okay, hold on.
signed off a lot of
If you guys are
checks.
gonna do
Stop.
comparisons, it needs to be equal. We're not talking about Candace Parker. What did she do that was equivalent to what we're talking about right now? Because the drumline thing was on point, but now you're saying Candace Parker. You're taking this all off the course. What does that have to do with this
Because
incident?
I'm bringing up Candace Parker because you kind of almost got to keep the same energy. Candace Parker's game in the WNBA consists of taunting. When you watch her
Okay,
game, She's always in another opponent's face.
She's definitely a trash talker.
Again, we are
She'll
not
bring the ball
talking
straight to
about
you.
the WNBA. This is
you
college
strictly
basketball.
college. Oh, okay.
Now,
all right, well, fine.
now,
I can
hold
give
on.
you.
Okay.
And before I go any further, was Candace Parker doing this in college? Make it be equivalent. Okay, what game did she do where she taunted them by following them? So I can look it up. Because if you're wrong, I'm knocking you off panel. Y'all know how I get down. Don't throw something out there if you're not positive. So I'm going to ask you again, sir. You're telling me if I Google Candace Parker following an opposing player and taunting, I'm going to see the equivalent of what I saw last night. I need your yes or no, sir. You positive on that? Because I want you to stand 10 toes down. When people throw things out there, I need you to have facts. Don't say Candace did it in college, and then when I look it up, I don't find shit. If she did it in the WNBA, I don't care. She's already locked into the WNBA. Candace Parker's been in the WNBA for many, 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 many years. She brought Chicago a championship. I'm not talking about that. That's not equivalent to what Angel Reese did to Caitlin Clark.
So I guess we won't use that example.
What game did she do it so I can look it up, sir? Because then I'll give you your props. What game?
It was in her basketball career.
Okay.
I was using her example as taunting.
Taking me on the doozy. Guys, if anybody knows how Daphne gets down, okay? Whenever you come to me with something, I need you to have the facts, okay? I don't need you to say it happened one day.
She goes by numbers.
I need you to tell me the specific game, because when you're throwing something out there like that, I want to be able to say, okay, you're right. I don't know how she made it through acting a fool. Now, if Candace does that now in the WNBA, I don't care. That's not equivalent. Okay. They're not in the WNBA. Right. They're still in college.
So that part is hearsay. Well, we can agree on that.
We're going to say hearsay for now, but I'm going to still look it up. If he's right, I'm going to give him his props.
Understood.
I love people.
Understood.
I love that. Okay, hold on. We actually have a woman. I want to hear a woman's point of view. We have Kalaya. Is that how you say it?
Kalaya.
Kalaya. Okay. Hi, Kalaya.
Oh, I like her icon. She's cute.
Hey, sis. And thank you, brother. Thank you.
She is very pretty. Got the big white teeth. Go, girl, with them teeth.
I'm trying to tell you.
We all know that Kalaya, she brushes her teeth. She flosses. Almost some beautiful
white teeth. I'm trying to tell you.
Go ahead, Kalaya.
Yeah.
I try to keep mine right.
Thank you, guys. So, yeah, like, overall, I agree with you. Like, I'm all for equal energy. Like, has she not followed Caitlin, then I'm all good with it, right? But here's another thing. Even if she only did the same thing as Caitlin, I would hate to say it, unfortunately, not all, but some white people would have an issue. And I can't stand like hypocrisy and double standard, you know. So if someone, you know, talk mess and whatnot, you know, expect the same energy in return. So yeah, other than that, you know, overall, I do agree. There was no need to taunt. You were up. Y'all won. And yeah, that's that.
Well, I definitely want to say, Kalaya, that I respect your opinion. And in order for me to say I agree with you, it would have had to happen like that, where she only did the John Cena and kept it like that. Now, if these people would have came on Twitter and said she did identical to what Caitlyn did and y'all going crazy, then we have a different argument. But that is not what happened. I need people to understand what they already say about Black women. We have a hard time making it in this industry already, especially with sports. I just told y'all I don't watch women's basketball. Why? I honestly think it's boring. That's why I only played on men's teams. Guys, listen to me. Listen,
I love your honesty.
I need you to mute your phone, Daquan, okay? But listen, and this is coming from my heart. People that know me from Arizona, they know that anytime I played sports, it was with men because they made me better. I had my nose broken before. I had a black eye. I had a concussion. I had twisted my ankle playing with men. They made me tougher. They made me go out there and put my heart out there. One thing I can honestly say is when I played with women, I got scratched. Their eyelashes fell off. I seen weaves come out, braids come out. It was more about a show. And that's not what I was about. If you look at Angel Reese, the big bird lashes, women didn't look like that in my time. You know, we came out there ugly and ready to play. And when I say ugly, natural face, we ready to give you buckets. If that's her style, that's cute. But that's also dangerous. When you got those big lashes, somebody hit you in your face and that lash scrapes the cornea of your eye, it's a wrap. Now, we know Tina Thompson used to wear the lipstick. That to me is all right. Lipstick, we good with that, right? But I saw Angel Reese trying to wipe her face, and she was really slow around them big lashes. What I'm trying to tell you guys is women like to do it like a show. They like to wear the long sleeves and look cute to do it. I like women like Caitlyn who came out there not giving a fuck what I look like. I'm just coming out there to play, acne and all. I'm going to look a whole mess. What I'm trying to tell you guys is when I played with women, it wasn't fun. I went to a college game, and all I heard was ball, 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 ball. Women were technical. We like to box out. We like to follow our shot. We play technical. That's why the shit is boring. It is. I've watched basketball at high levels of college, and it was still equally boring. The only time I enjoyed it is if it was the all-star game. Then you had everybody coming out. But I'm being honest. A lot of these women who sit there and say, I support Angel, ask them to show you a ticket stub when they went to a WNBA game. That's why a lot of these women are fake. They're fake as fuck. Tomorrow, you're really going to hate me because when I looked up all the stats, more men go to women's basketball games than women. So all these women that are acting like they give a fuck about Angel and yeah, we support y'all. Y'all not even going to the fucking games. I've asked women online, can you show me your latest WNBA ticket? Oh, well, you can get their tickets at the grocery store if you buy enough groceries. In Arizona, if you spent more than $100 worth of groceries, you got 2 free WNBA tickets. So there's no excuse why a lot of y'all wannabe bitches out there are sitting here coming at me and y'all ain't never been to a fucking game. Not one game. That's why I get upset because a lot of those same women that are sitting here talking about women empowerment, y'all not even going to the motherfucking game. Men. Kyrie Irving was paying their salary. Kobe Bryant was trying to do a program for these women. So at the end of the day, it's men. Men are the reason why y'all barely get a paycheck right now. Because if you go off of viewership and you go off of ticket sales, man, you can sit courtside at a female basketball game for $10 and a beef jerky. It's cheap as fuck. So there's no excuse for these women. There's no excuse for these women telling me they can't afford a WNBA ticket. You can. The nosebleed tickets are like $5, you guys. I looked it up online. So again, I want to give my props to the men who continue to try to bring back people going to the games. But as a woman, I'm saying this honestly. I have never been to a WNBA game in my life. That college game I watched with my husband, that was the first time I watched a college game all the way from start to finish.
Did you enjoy it?
I'm not into women's sports like that. I think it's completely boring. It is. It's boring to me. I like physical sports, dunking, breaking noses. I like tough stuff. I don't like all that. Oh, my lash is slipping. Oh my gosh, she broke my nail. When I play
with
women,
flagrant fouls.
When I play with women, I can count like maybe 1,000 times where I got sliced and diced. Their nails were sharp. They were long. I had one woman slice me open so good, I bled like a victim on the court. Women, that's playing with women. They always have to come out there like it's a show. When I played against,
I thought y'all clip your nails and all of that before.
No, a lot of those women didn't. Not when I played, man. They didn't. It was their a lot of them had naturally long, sharp nails, and I think they did that shit on purpose. When we were diving for the ball, and I'm getting cut and sliced on my neck, that to me was intentional. But again, if it's not fake nails, you can't get them off their real nails. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is, women's basketball is just boring to watch. But if you're trying to get us to come and see the game, I want to see more women there. Like I said, if I did an experiment and I told women, send me the last ticket of the game you went to that was a WNBA game, I guarantee you they don't have it. So all these fake women online that are acting like they're with Angel, that was the first time they probably seen a game. So we can be real with it. Let me ask something. Kalaya, can you come back home real quick?
Yeah.
I need you to be honest with me, Queen, okay? Because I see your smile. I know you won't lie to me. How many WNBA games have you been to in your life? Daquan, hush. Kalaya, how many WNBA games have you been to in your entire life?
The exact amount as you.
Oh, that's me and Kalaya haven't been to one game. I'm going to ask people in the comments. Ladies, only the ladies. I need you to comment the amount of games you went to that was a WNBA game. Now, when it comes to the NBA, I can say I've been to about 100 games. I have. I've sat as close as courtside. Yes, I did. I love men's basketball. I do. It's a passion. So again, nothing against women, but the shit is boring. When Lisa Leslie did her first dunk in 1995, she almost fell. That's not for women to do. Now, Brittany Griner, there's a reason why she was bringing her ass to China, because in America they weren't paying her. So again, Angel Reese can be just like Brittany Griner going overseas to get that good money because they're treated like a celebrity. But the WNBA, Brittany Griner was going back and forth for like what, 7 years? So again, don't tell me I don't know my shit. If she was getting paid,
popping more with the Olympic team as well, but she was in Japan and other countries.
We know that Brittany Griner is way better than Angel Reese in her prime. We know that, and yet Brittany
absolutely, I'll give you that.
She was doing 360 dunks. I mean, she forgot she was a woman. I saw her without her shirt on, and I was shocked. Okay, I ain't gonna go further than that. But she acted like she was a guy until she
went. They was trying to get a pick and roll live game working with in and out. Know what I'm saying? She got an okay hook shot. I ain't judging nobody.
The girl got skill. She was one of the. I mean, I'm talking about in her prime. We're talking about
no. She can move. She can move. Definitely.
Now I think she lost some energy because when she was in Russia. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is there's a reason why a lot of WNBA players they go overseas because America they're not getting the money. And I just want people to stop blaming men. It's not the man's fault that you guys are not making no money. We outnumber men. So tell me why there's not more women at these games than men. So I want to give a shout out to the men because stats don't lie. And they said that more men attend these games than women ever does. And women will say, well, I have kids. You can bring your kids to these games. I guarantee you they might fall asleep, but at least they there. You know, they might take a nap, but at least y'all came to the game. Again, I could do that experiment right now. All these people online are fake outraged. They don't really give a fuck about Angel Reese. It was more of a she's black and they beat a white team. That's all this is about. If you want to be honest, all I'm saying is I'm not going to take away from Caitlin Clark's game. Women like her, I would have locked her down. When I was in high school, my coach would tell me this person gets 40 points a game. Change that. I would change that. I would change that. So again, if anybody ever goes to Arizona and you go to Independence High School, you ask them about Daphne. I was one of the top basketball players. Nobody was fucking with me. Nobody was. And one thing I was never known for is being a bitch on the court to people. Now, did I get my nose broken? Yes. I was guarding this girl who averages 40 points a game, and she tried to come past me half court, and I didn't let her move a muscle. So she stopped and hit me right in my nose, and I almost broke it. And she was ejected from the game.
So you locked her and she got tight. Oh, that's crazy.
She ended up only having 3 points. She had 3 points that game.
Oh, you clamped her. She
was used to 40 points. That's what I was about. So I let my defense and my game do the talking. I wasn't more of a like, bitch. If we had issues.
What you play? Point guard, shooting guard? Like what was that? 1 through 5. Okay. Okay, so you played 2.
Yeah. But my coach wanted me to just grab the rock and shoot it. That's all I was about.
Okay, understood. So you mainly played 2, but to support if needed, you would fall into 1. Okay, cool.
I fall into 1.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to teach any female that's in high school now, you don't have to do what Angel Reese did. But Angel Reese is gonna go somewhere. She's gonna go far. But a lot of people online are saying that her career won't be as long as Caitlin's, and that's not what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that. But I want to remind you guys that Caitlin is only a junior and she broke all these motherfucking records, you guys. Nobody is fucking with her.
Yeah,
that's
Caitlin's
dangerous.
That
is dangerous. She's a
Caitlin's
junior.
a different breed.
She is
70.
I can't compare her game to anybody in the formal pastimes. She's a different monster.
Guess who endorses her? Guess who endorses Caitlin Clark? I want you to guess the one. Who?
Bird.
No. Oh. Well, he might, but yeah. Who else? This is a player that's playing right now.
Steph.
Good.
There you go. That's my girl. Yeah. Steph Curry works with her. So again,
here you go.
See the potential. Why isn't Steph Curry working with Angel Reese? Who's working with Angel Reese?
She might be the first female player to get drafted into the NBA.
That's never going to happen.
Caitlin can shoot, but WNBA, they're not letting her get. Here's the thing about men. Men ain't gonna let you get that shot off to begin with. See, a lot of women, when I watched the way they was guarding her, they were still disrespecting her like she couldn't shoot from half court. See, that's not the kind of defense I played. When you grab the ball, that's when I'm in your face. You're not getting past half court. That was the way I played.
Not supposed
Caitlin still got her 30. So how bad is
Caitlin? Supposed to pick up defense, then full court. The way I was taught.
Right.
My thing
As soon
is,
as the ball's inbounded, you want that ass.
check this out. All these people are talking shit about Caitlyn, but she still
Mm-hmm.
put up 30, y'all. She put up 30. She put up double the points that Angel did. And
Yeah.
yes, she lost, but that woman carried that team. Let me tell you
He
about
did.
you. It takes 5
Put
people
the
to
ball
win, you
her back.
guys. It takes 5 people to
She's
win.
a dog.
I would never want to be in
she's a
Caitlyn's position,
monster.
man. I wouldn't. Now let me ask you that. Let me ask you guys this, because I know you guys are gonna be honest
I
with
know
me.
she ain't
Everybody
dropping
on the
30
panel.
on you.
Who, Caitlyn? Listen, man, look.
Yeah, I know she ain't gonna drop 30 on you.
She's taller than I am, but if I had to guard her, she wouldn't have got 30 that night. I wouldn't have cared
That's
about.
what I'm saying. That's what
Let
I'm
me tell you
saying.
about
Maybe
the difference
15.
between me and people today. Hold
I'll
on.
give her like 17 and like maybe 5 assists.
No. When I played high school ball, because I know if I did this in high school, I didn't get to go to college like I wanted to because I had to get a job. But when I
Yes,
played
ma'am.
high school ball, anybody that was known for scoring 30 to 40 points, they never got that when I was on them. That's why I had broken noses and black eyes and busted lips, because I would piss them off so bad by being in their face. Remember, Kobe Bryant said he didn't like when Raja Bell guarded him, or like when LeBron said he didn't like when what's the dude that blew on him? There's certain people
Stevenson?
there's people that
Yeah, Lance.
there's certain people that
Yeah.
knows your game, and they're not gonna let you just score, and it
Mhm.
irritates you. You ain't gonna tell them that, but in your heart you're like, fuck, I hate when this person guard me. We all had that one person, right? So what I'm trying
RIP
to
to
tell
the
you guys
Mamba. He
is,
had an interview about that. He actually came back the next night and dropped 49 on his head.
listen. Even though they lost, this woman had more points than their entire team.
That's a fact.
Everybody combined. To me, that's a loss in my book too, because we shouldn't have let this woman score 30. She
True.
still got her stats. She still broke all these records. Yeah, you won, but I get to come back a whole nother year, and I've already broken these records in 3. That's a fucking beast. Y'all
Yeah.
can say what y'all want.
Not to
but what
mention, that's
Caitlyn
just
did,
highlighting her as a better
that's
scorer
scary.
overall.
Let me tell y'all about these people that are like Caitlyn. They come from Iowa and Nebraska. They're shooters. And
Indiana.
there's nothing you can do. Indiana, there were times when
Kentucky.
we played those teams where you had those set shooters that just throw the ball up and the shit go in. You wanted to just choke them out, right?
Shout
So
out to
all
the
I'm saying
Wildcats.
is, in basketball, if that had been me, if that was South Carolina against LSU, it would have been a fight that night, because I know
Oh,
how
no,
black
that
women
ass.
are. You're not gonna follow me and continue to talk shit about me, and I'm not gonna do nothing about it. I already lost the
Right.
game, so I ain't got shit to
I'm
lose.
saying
I would have turned around and been like, "Let's go." You wouldn't have
Right.
seen it coming. So I'm being
Malice
honest
in the
as a woman,
Palace.
huh?
I said Malice in the Palace.
That's what would have happened. I know how women are. So again, when I asked everybody if Caitlyn was to do that to Angel, do you think Angel would have turned around and hit her? Most people said yeah.
Yeah, I should definitely see that.
Am I right?
Yeah,
Are y'all
I,
really
No,
gonna
you're
tell me that
absolutely
Angel
right.
saw
wouldn't have
that.
reacted?
I agree with you on that.
So let's be real. So why are we not agreeing that what she did was a little bit over the top? That's all I'm saying, you guys.
I'm not disagreeing at all. I was
I'm not
agreeing with
disagreeing either. I just
everybody.
say it's like 50-50 because, like, and you said keep it again. You said keep it just college, just straight
Just
college.
Just
Keep it college.
NCAA only.
NCAA. We're talking about some of the biggest college rivalries. When you look at men basketball, it would get reckless. We're talking about people talking about each other's mamas,
Now
calling
that's
the
Malice in the
B word.
Palace.
We're talking about, bruh, I literally saw the
I'm
Miami
spitting in your
game.
face.
I'm
All
so
type. It's
listen,
all bets off.
we're talking about in the Miami game. Before they lost to UConn and got blown out. Miami was up 21-10 at one point.
It was
And
fighting in the stands.
I think it was one of these games Miami had this year. I literally saw it because I've been watching Miami's little run before they got knocked out. And I literally saw their star player go off for 35 points. And when he hit that number 21, he mouthed the words, bye-bye, bitch, as he walked him off the court. He said bye-bye to the star player in his face.
Okay, again, what game was this? This was recent?
This would be
Recent, like
before the tournament.
Okay,
Before the tournament.
So again, we're talking about, you said NBA, correct?
No, this is college.
College? Okay. And what game was this? Because I'm gonna look it up. But and nothing happened when he said that? Did the refs catch it? Or did we see it after?
No, the refs didn't catch it. The announcer catched it. It was like after the game when everybody
Oh, okay. So
really caught it.
Did he get fined? Or no, they can't get fined. You said
They
college.
can't get fined,
No,
but
they can't get fined, but they got
They-
chance to
I
get
don't know.
suspended
he didn't really get no punishment for it. But it's kind of like those things to where, like I said before, Daphne, it's kind of a double-edged standard when it comes to the men playing the game and the
and then the
women playing
women
the
play.
game.
Yeah.
Because
But
when
we
the men
understand
play
your
the game,
perception, what you're saying on how the women, you know what I'm saying, go on.
right? It's like
We're not
it's kind of
disagreeing. We're
hard
just
because
comparing.
from
We're comparing the
from
two.
Daphne's perspective as a woman, if you're trying to go play professional in a woman's league, you got to act like a lady and go out there and be a dog. But to us, our men perspective, if to us, Angel Reese didn't really do nothing wrong in that situation because of the fact that if she said she was doing it for a teammate, we're like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're never supposed to let your teammate be on the
No, you're not.
rocks like that.
So you're telling me that if your teammate came to you and said she hurt my feelings, you're gonna go over there and be an asshole when it didn't happen to you personally? No, that's not what you're supposed to do. No,
Daphne coming from the eras where we actually play sports, just like. Because the majority of sports are men dominated first. Women just started to get into the sport. If we're being honest, in football, and it's just a fact. If I see my running back, I'm an offensive tackle. If I see my running back or my quarterback get hit, tripped in any way that affects my team, I got to get down at him.
Especially after the player's already been called dead. I'm on that ass.
Yes.
Here's the thing. If a man felt like somebody violated him, he's going to handle that shit. He's not going to go to his leader and say, hey, bruh, that man hurt my feelings. You got me, bro?
No, that's on site.
No,
but
that's on site, bro.
We can't compare a man going through it to a woman going through it because it's two different levels. Men handle their own shit. They're not going to send their leader who is trying to go to the WNBA into the fire to handle my shit. Men are not going to do that. They're going to do it on their own time, on their own.
I understand where Queen's coming from, but she's still putting in a sense of accountability. She should have been a woman and handled it on her own and had her own grown woman panties. That part I understand.
You can't sit there and do that because she shooed off South Carolina. That's not equivalent. I don't give a fuck what Caitlin Clark did to South Carolina. She left those women open and they showed their asses. They didn't shoot anything. You're not going to leave me open and then shoot me off. And what ended up happening? They lost. I watched that game, and all she did was shoo that girl off because she knew she wasn't going to shoot, and she did not. So again, that's not enough grounds to follow her around and say, whatever she was saying to her. Again, there is no excuse for that behavior at all. And
there's a level of professionalism you gotta hold at all times.
Listen, men that taunt, like in games, they get in trouble. You have coaches that will say on Monday, 10 suicides because they don't want that type of shit.
It depends on level of taunt. Because there's a lot of stuff that flies in the NBA now.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you, Daphne. If that player's a star player, coach is going to look at that and say, oh, that's compassion. That's that dog.
Not when it's a black woman. Sorry. That's not the way we get it. We get that's aggressive. I need you to understand you're not a black woman, so you wouldn't understand that part. What I need you to understand is what y'all consider passion, these white motherfuckers consider aggression. I need you to understand once again, if you're trying to make those dollars by those white people, you cannot act with too much passion because they're going to see it as aggression. That's the world we live in. That's the word we live. Whenever a black woman raises her voice, what do they say? Oh, you're getting aggressive. Oh my God. And that's just the passion behind it, right?
True.
So
they don't mind you showing it just a little bit.
These white folks are never going to say, man, Reese was a passionate woman following that white woman around and throwing up the ring sign. That is passion.
Man,
no, they're not going to say that, bro.
That's not the
true.
image that was
Sorry,
depicted.
no, that's not the way it works. No.
But for you, but again, listen to what you just said. You said when you go and get a job and you go to, when you say that statement, Daphne, and tell me if I'm wrong, Daquan, when you go in that statement, just how when you go and get a check or when you go and get a job, you always got to answer to somebody.
Right.
We live in 2023, right?
Right.
If Reese wants to, she can go overseas and control her own thing and be her own boss. So I say this to say this, just how everybody can become their own boss and not have to answer to somebody, you make that choice when you go and decide what you decide to do. Meaning if Reese goes into the WNBA or declares for it, she already knows what she's signing up for.
Okay, but you're saying that You just said something big. So now let me challenge you on that. You
Mhm.
said she go overseas. It ain't that easy. You don't just get to go to China and they're just going to pick you up. You need an agent to set that up. You got to do a tryout. She's not that good where they're like, oh, we demand her today. She has to also prove herself. When I played against Bridget Pettis, she broke me down. I was 19 years old. Bridget Pettis came on 7th Street, and it was 7th Street in Thunderbird at Sunny
Mhm.
Slope Gym. She came into that gym. Everybody knew who she was except me because I didn't watch women's basketball. I just thought she was a bulldagger. She had blonde hair and it was cut low like a dude. And she had necks. I was balling her ass up at 19 years old. Hit her with this spin move and laid it up in her face. And they was like, oh! And then she came down and showed me why she was Bridget Pettis. Okay? She gave me a run. Now, mind you, she was way older than me. I think she had me by
Right.
like 15 years. But when the game was over, she told me, have you ever considered playing ball? I said, no. I work a full-time job. I have to help my dad keep the house. I'm barely 19. And I didn't get to go to college. She said, get an agent, and you can go overseas. That was what Bridget Pettis told me at 19 years old. A WNBA player, former. She was playing overseas at this time. So again,
Right.
Angel Reese ain't gonna just walk in and say, oh, hey, I'm playing for China, y'all. She has
But
to prove herself. They're gonna look at tapes. They're gonna look you up. It's like a resume. It's the same
Right.
shit. So again, sir, I need you to understand that the way she's acting, they don't like that shit over there. You have to be different over there. You're now in their country. You're under their laws. So they might not
Right.
even like or respect the shit she does in America. Again, I need people to understand that when you're a black woman, we're already labeled as loud, aggressive, violent, difficult. These are the things they say to us. I remember when I went for a job, they saw my 4 degrees. And the guy kept asking me questions and I was answering them with passion. He told me I was aggressive and assertive. That broke me. This was a job for $110,000 a year. And I didn't get the job because he told me I was too aggressive and too assertive. If anybody looks up assertive, you'll know what I mean. And all I was passionate. The same way I spoke to this man is the same way I spoke to other people when I landed 6-figure jobs. Same passion, same level of tone. But for him to sit there and tell me that this man was from a foreign country, but he ran that company, and that's what he told me. I went to my dad and said, how could he say that? He said, baby, these foreigners, these white people, they get passion confused with aggression. So again, I need you to understand that we know what it is, but these white people don't think it like it that way either. And these foreigners are even worse. They see it as combative. You see what I'm saying? So I need you to understand, being a black woman in America, we have to carry ourselves in a way that doesn't give people anything to say about us. Like LeBron James. We ain't heard about no scandal, no cheating on his wife, no slapping a bitch up. He's being squeaky clean. Can we agree with that?
For the
Squeaky
most
clean.
part,
Because the minute he does
last
something
time
bad,
I heard anything happen with LeBron was when 2 years ago, last season when he caught, I think, his first ejection when he had gotten to that fight with that Detroit player during the NBA
with that
game.
rookie.
But that was brutal. I ain't even gonna lie. Like that was almost Malice in the Palace. Old boy tried to break through security. He was jumping over hoops. He was
But it
breaking
was
through
well
his
deserved though, because
teammates.
LeBron
Nah,
it
it was.
him.
Yeah,
but what I'm trying to tell you guys is,
LeBron elbowed that boy. He took his whole grill off. Some was leaking on the court. They had to come get
did
some
LeBron
niggas to
do it
mop all up and all that.
Did LeBron do it intentionally?
That situation, that
You said
moment,
yes?
Yes.
that's a yes. That's a
It was
yes. That
intentionally
situation I'm
because
bringing up,
it was
with him getting
intentionally because they
ejected
was
and him
down
having to
by
get like
10
a
points.
$150,000 fine. Yeah,
That was
that one and
intentionally
only
because they were
scene.
down 10 points. That was intentional. He was down 10 points when he hit him with the elbow. That's why it's intentional. When the NBA
Mean mugged him.
when the NBA looks at these things, that's protocol and stuff.
Okay, what I'm trying to tell you guys, before that elbow incident, we know LeBron has been in the league for a long time. Would you agree with me there?
Yeah.
Squeaky clean.
Most of my life.
Most of your NBA players like LeBron, Stephen Curry, guys that don't have any scandals or are not doing anything to mess up their brand. Even when Kyrie Irving was getting the 3rd degree, how many of those players came out and posted on behalf of Kyrie Irving? Let me ask you guys that. And don't give me no long paragraph. Just give me a number. How many players do you think stood behind Kyrie Irving's opinion
Not
about
enough.
that? I
Not
didn't hear you,
enough,
sir.
but it was well more than
Not
10.
enough.
Not enough. Okay, let me ask you this question. And guys, please, don't give me a long, drawn-out answer. Why do you think these big athletes like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, How come they didn't stand by Kyrie Irving? Just keep it 100. Why?
Because their money will be affected. They stand up. They stand up with a
Ooh!
scandal.
Who is their money? Who
Yeah,
is most of their endorsements ran by? What's the color?
White or Asian.
White.
So
White and
again,
Asian.
Yeah,
a lot of people were calling
or some
LeBron a
type of ethnic
pussy. Hold
minority.
on.
Yes.
When Kyrie Irving was going through his time, a lot of people said, LeBron, you are a pussy because you got this big platform. You're making all this money and your ass ain't even speaking up. It wasn't that he didn't want to. LeBron knew that if he did, he'd lose those white endorsements. So again, everybody shucks and jives for that money. That's what they do. That's the world we live in because they know if they say too much or do too much, these people will pull out. You see what they did to Kyrie Irving. Nike said, bye-bye. They don't have a problem with saying bye to niggas. They don't. Because at the end of the day, you're still nigga. Even if you're playing for the Nets, no matter where you're playing, you are still nigga. That's what Jay-Z said in his song. It
I
doesn't
got a
matter.
question. I
Angel
got a
Reese is
question.
still nigga. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. What's your question?
I got a question in regards to the Kyrie Irving segue you just spoke on. I'm
Uh-huh.
not so sure, but I'm gonna do my research as soon as we get off. I'm pretty sure that Nike actually confiscated the design copyright to his sneaker
They
before
did.
they released it.
They did. They also they took they did. They also took the money from all the colorways that he did sell,
Uh-huh.
and
Mm-hmm.
then he also had to go ahead and make a statement, and then they gave him the whole list of things, which still had to do.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
ridiculous, but he
But
did
check
it.
this
Okay.
out.
So
Nike
so
did the
it
same
was
thing.
similar
Brett
to
Favre,
Kanye, but a little different. Heard you.
but
Okay.
Brett Favre got to keep his Nike deal. Y'all see what I'm fucking talking about? Y'all
I
heard
thought
about
Brett
this
Favre
man
was supposed
stealing
to go to
millions.
jail.
He stole millions from black people, right? And Nike
Yeah,
still didn't
welfare
part ways,
queen.
but they part ways with Kyrie Irving over an opinion. So I need y'all to understand how they treat blacks. Unless you want things to change, you need to
What?
start owning it. Until then, you're under these white people's rules. At the end of the day, Angel Reese acted like a nigga in that moment. It doesn't matter. This was in the game while the game was still going on. She showed her true colors. So when you say people were calling you too ghetto and all that, but you were acting ghetto, it defeats the purpose.
It
Because at
makes
the end of the
sense.
day, that's just college. You're trying to go to the next level. And that could have hindered some of your endorsements. Because them NIL deals are not going to follow her to the WNBA. That's a whole different level. It's not college anymore. They're going to look for the next person like Caitlyn, who has another year. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that as a black woman, any black woman listening to this, it's okay to trash talk, ladies. It's okay to say, yeah, we'll see. Okay, get your game up there. That's okay. But the minute
That's
you
what I'm
start
talking about.
physically following people and getting in their face, and here's the thing, Angel Reese knew that Caitlyn wasn't going to do shit. She knew that
Hmm.
Caitlyn probably never fought. Caitlyn
That's a
probably never had
fact.
to fight in her entire life. The most she probably did was probably threw a ball at someone on accident and then probably flinched because she was scared. I can tell Caitlyn ain't about that life. Angel Reese, I honestly feel like she knows how to fight. She probably had to fight her whole life. Look where she came from. So again, she knew who to do that to. If that had been South Carolina and she was following that chick with the red braids, I
It's
guarantee
a
you
fight.
it would
She
have
would
been
have
It's
got
a
that
different.
work.
fight. She
It would
would have
have
got
been
that
different.
work.
There would have been braids and
Them
weaves and
ladies down
lashes all
south do
over the court.
not play those games.
She knew who to do
Fact.
that to. So, but again, most of America is only backing Angel up because she's black and Caitlyn is white. They made it all about race. But
But
Iowa had one black girl on the team. She was just weak as fuck. She was weak. So again, at the end of the day, I'm trying to teach women that we don't have to be like that. It's okay to talk trash. Make it even. Now, if Caitlyn was out there putting her hand in people's faces, oh yeah, I'm gonna come at you 10 times worse. But Caitlyn did
right.
not do that. She didn't, y'all. And even
She
when
tried to take
Angel
the
Reese
high
was in
road.
her face, she showed why she's calm, cool, and collected because she knew she still had another year and she didn't want to mess up any of her NIL deals because she still has to go back to school
Yeah.
again for one more year. So again, when it comes to women's basketball, they got to go through a whole lot more than men before they can make it to the WNBA. And again, Caitlyn showed why she was humble and quiet. She basically let Angel talk to herself. That's what she
Right.
did. So, ladies, all I'm trying to tell you guys is, I think Champion, he said that is getting soft. I wanted him to get on here, but he didn't. So, Champion, I wanted to address that. It's not soft. We just have to know our roles. We do. A lot of these athletes in the NBA, there's a reason why they don't knock off somebody's head when they get undercutted. I've seen on YouTube some of the worst fouls in the NBA. And some of these
Yeah.
guys, they make it their mission to hurt people. Patrick Beverly, he's number one. I would never want to play against him because I end up killing him. What he does to these men on purpose,
Oh yeah,
what
still
he
do
does
it.
to people on
He's
purpose,
still doing to this
it
day.
is dangerous. He's dangerous, and
I
he
think he got traded like 3 times this season.
a bunch of
Crazy.
times. Nobody likes playing with him
Where he
because
at?
he
Chicago
hurts
now?
people.
I
But how
forgot.
many?
LA?
Hold on.
He's
But
Chicago, right?
yeah, but how many people have actually knocked him out?
None.
None. Because Pat Beverly,
Another
first of
hat,
all,
Marcus
he's about
Smart.
that life. And two, the people he comes at are top athletes that he knows are not going to fight him because they don't want to mess up their money. So again, that's what I'm trying to teach people, not to be like Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly hasn't been secure in one team for a long time. He's always getting moves because nobody likes playing with him. You don't want to be that player that can't control yourself, right? So what I'm trying to teach women is that you can talk trash. I don't think it's soft at all. It's rules. This ain't football. Even in football, you can't taunt. Even in football, you can't. Now, you can make a touchdown, do a little cute little dance, but you can't actually follow players and taunt them. You'll be fine. So again, there's reasons why there's rules like that in higher
And after a
levels.
certain number
So
of
if you don't
times, the
teach
ref will
people,
just get tight, just throw you out the game. Like,
they'll
F
throw
it.
you
We
out the
just
game.
eject you.
If you don't teach them
You
now,
ain't got to be there.
if you don't teach them now, when they get older and they start to learn the game, they're not gonna know what to do. She's 19 years old. Both of her parents were athletes. So I don't want to hear that she came from a broken home. She had more than I had. I only
She
had one
had
thing.
discipline.
So again, both of her parents were pretty damn good basketball players. So at the end of the day, you cannot make an excuse that you didn't know. And then you have younger brothers that look up to you. So again, it ain't like she came from a broken home or, they live in a 1-bedroom shack. But that will make it even more better to be classy because you're not going to let that person
So, yeah.
bring you out of character. Now, after the game, if I see you by the bus and you say some shit about my lashes or my hair, it's fisticuffs. We going
I'm
in.
saying, like, that's something different,
It's
especially if the
different.
camera
Right. This is
in a
different.
black zone.
So,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is.
it's like
I
at a
want my
job,
square
right?
dance right now. If not, you can just see me back on the court and we can have a 1v1 right now. I just let the coach. I let the coaches know I just need a little warm up before we leave, and we can just hash that out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Way I was raised, all call outs is mandatory. I don't care what sport it is.
Hold on, guys.
If not, it's seeming crazy.
CelebriD, I hope you haven't sold out. White chick did it first. Okay, so here's the thing. When I made that video about, this whole issue, when I made the video, I would say 80% of the comments said Caitlyn did it first. Listen to what that sounds like. She did it first. She did it. So you're basically telling me you are a follower. Got it. You ain't no leader. You're a follower. Got it. That's how you did. She made you conform to her level, right? So again, that doesn't mean I sold out. And I think it's really sad how a lot of Black people came at me and said that I was Uncle Ruckus and that I'm selling out and because I'm not conforming to the stupidity that she did on that court. I can't do that. As a coach, as an athlete, what she did was too much. Nobody reshared the video for following Caitlyn. They're only sharing the one of her doing John Cena. Ask yourself why they're not showing you the whole video. Because they know the rest of it was too much. So y'all don't have to like my opinion. It does not mean I sold out. I would never sell out. If I sold out, I wouldn't be doing these shows no more. I'd be talking bad about Black men all day long. So don't ever question what I do because you don't agree with my opinion. We can agree to disagree. I never said that Angel Reese was whack. I never called her a bitch. I never said she's going to die. I never said no one's going to pick her up. I said in that moment, it was excessive. That's all.
And her stocks really dropped doing that because you have to have a certain level of accountability. Like you said, these professional corporations and endorsements are not going to come through if this is the type of behavior that you display on court. And this is just at a college level. Now the question, if you go to the pro level with this behavior, that's actually going to cut your deals entirely. Also, it's a lot of WNBA women right now scrapping to get their checks. Just to get their money up. And this is what you do?
70,000. The average NBA player, a WNBA player, makes 74,000 a year. That's without endorsements. So you have to be good enough for these white people to say, I want you to endorse our brand. That is when they start making the six figures. And then a lot of them don't even get that. If you're not Diana Taurasi, if you're not Candace Parker, if you don't have like game where you know how to play it, you're going to get low-level endorsements that barely get you 100K, and that's before taxes. That is why a lot of them go overseas. But a lot of these women don't want to go overseas and let what happened to Britney happen to them. It's a scary environment when you're not from there. So again, it's easy to say, oh, just go to Russia, go to China, when they don't fuck with us right now. So right now, that's not an
A
option
lot
for
of people
Angel
don't.
Reese. She ain't that
Right.
dumb. You see what they did to Britney. So
Not just
again,
them.
Right.
her best
Also,
bet. Go ahead.
you know, I try to be like 50-50 on this,
Mm-hmm.
but now like listening to you, what you were saying, we put this in reverse and let this be oh, I don't know, let this be a number 2 overall draft pick projected. Let this be like a Scoot Henderson guy coming and playing in the tournament and doing this. They'll say he's hood, he's thuggish, just how they did John Morant not even a couple months ago.
Oh, wow, man. That
My
is
son
such
had
a
a
great.
my son had an
They call
8-game
him a thug.
suspension,
And look, but you know what? You just said something big.
and
They
that
put,
hurt Memphis because they downwinds right now. They falling in the playoff bracket right now
and he was a
because of
leader.
that.
Now, y'all
Yeah.
remember before he did the gun thing, everybody loved John Morant, right? Just like with Kyrie Irving. We all loved him. What did the NBA do? They gave him a list of things he has to do before he can come back. Look at how they do men. So why would women get an easy deal when they do this to men? You have to hold women accountable at the same level. All I'm saying is women have to work a little bit harder to make that money. 74,000 is not a lot of money. It isn't, you guys. And Angel Reese will be making that bare minimum until these endorsements take her. Now, NIL deals are exclusive to college. You get what I'm saying? So why
Because the
would they?
NCAA gets the revenue off of that, not the
And of
NBA.
course. So what I'm saying is, if she decided to go pro, it's a different level and it's going to be
Hmm.
a different setting. Now she's competing against everyone else who was there before she got there. So again, you always learn that when you go up a level, you're now playing against people who are just not going to leave you open. They're not going to just let you do what you want to do. You're going to be a rookie. You're going to be
And
the
they
person
can
that they.
score at the same caliber as you.
Correct. And the last thing you want is a team to not even like you before you get there because of what they saw on camera. So I'm telling
Hmm.
you guys what's going to happen. Angel Reese will issue an apology. And mind you, she's not going to really believe in this apology because in her heart, she did everything right. In her heart, what she did was equivalent. So she's going to issue the apology on behalf of her brand. But she's not going to really be honest about that apology. Just like Kyrie Irving did. I'm sorry, you guys. He didn't mean that shit either. He only did it to keep that money. He has a family. So Angel Reese will apologize. When I tell y'all she will, I
The
guarantee you.
difference is Kyrie Irving's a multimillionaire past the
But
sneaker
he
deal.
still
He's
needed
been in the
money.
league a
But
long
look,
amount of years. Not to mention, he still has a hefty NBA pension that is going to be awarded to him upon his
In the league,
retirement. So
like
he's
every
going to be all right. Not
he
to
said,
mention his crypto investments. Kyrie is good. Kyrie is caked
every
up. Kyrie got money.
the world though, he's just simply doing a profession to take care of his 2-3 kids.
Right.
As soon as if Kyrie was to retire today or tomorrow, the NBA will not pay no more money. He'll have to pivot and use his retirement of the money he earned to pivot and make another business.
okay, hold on, guys. Logical
Hmm.
facts. I told people earlier, if you guys go to my Instagram, Queen of Accountability, you'll see the video. Please watch the whole video because y'all keep coming back on here saying all she did was John Cena. That's telling me you didn't watch the whole fucking video. Watch the
I
video
don't
to
have
the end
Instagram, Queen. I'm
where they
sorry.
actually circled her following Caitlyn, throwing up the ring sign while Caitlyn was walking away to her bench. I need you to watch the whole thing. Again, Facebook, Instagram, they're only showing you when she did the John Cena. That is not the full video. ESPN is showing how she acted after all of that. Now, again, you don't do that during a game. I'm sticking with that. I don't care if people think that means I'm selling out. I don't give a fuck. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. I would hope that if it was your daughter and your daughter did that in the game and the coach suspended her, what you gonna tell her? Who cares, baby? Who cares? Keep taunting my sweet little angel pie. You keep taunting.
No,
She'll just keep suspending you. That's what's
that's
gonna fucking happen.
unsportsmanlike. That's
What are we
unsportsmanlike
teaching our young
conduct, and
girls?
that shouldn't be tolerated.
But I'm asking you guys, what are we teaching our young kids today to do? Follow people and taunt them? That's not how I was raised. And at the end of the day, do that shit. If you were doing that shit in Chicago back in the day, that could have got you killed. You don't do that shit. They
You
teach you
wouldn't have
not to
made
go
it
too
home
far
that
with it.
night.
Trash talk is always gonna be trash talk. Like, dude, you ain't even got no jumper, man. You shoot like my sister. You shoot like you was a white boy in high. That's trash talk. We did that
I
all
done
day, right?
word.
Right? But I
Right.
never followed anybody. I never did that. And I know if I did, I could have harmed myself and my family. So again, guys, all I'm saying is y'all might not agree with me. You might think what she did was perfect, but let's watch how all this plays out. Because what I'm trying to tell you guys is WNBA is ran by majority white people and Asian people and Jewish people. Black people don't have a lot of stake. So I need you to understand, if it ain't Kyrie, because when it came down to them getting more money, it came out of Kyrie's pocket. It came out of Kobe Bryant's pocket. It didn't come out of these white people that own the team. So I need y'all to understand, if it wasn't for black men, a lot of these women wouldn't even they wouldn't have had no money. And it's sad that Kyrie Irving was on his own when he was going through his time. Those WNBA players that they get that extra money to was nowhere to be found either. So stop the fake outrage. Stop. I didn't see no WNBA players who was getting paid by Kyrie say, leave that man alone. That's all you had to say. So
they
a lot
just
of
took
people,
the check and ran with it.
They got the check. I think he gave them $2.5 million. I could be wrong.
Yes, they did. And that already just got soaked up into the WNBA surplus
guys,
as a whole.
This was around the time he was going through his shit, right? And he was still giving money to them. So nobody gives him the props he deserves. I didn't see these women in the forefront saying, yeah, black men matter. No, y'all didn't say a damn thing. So that's typical of women. That's typical. You give this to me, I ain't gonna say nothing. Well, why should I say anything? I don't want to lose my money, because they know how it is. In corporate America, if you do too much, if you say too much, that can ruin everything for you. So unless you own your own shit, you have to shut the fuck up and shuck and jive. Unfortunately, y'all can say what y'all want. A lot of y'all shuck and jive at work every day when y'all see y'all boss. A lot of y'all talk shit about your boss when you home, but when you go to work, yes, sir, I sure do believe that, sir. I will do. Don't play with me. Y'all acting all day at work. So stop the cap. I know what really goes on. A lot of y'all don't even own anything. So how can you sit there and say that what she did was right when y'all wouldn't do that shit? Y'all know y'all wouldn't if it meant messing up your money, messing up your dollars, right? So again, what are we teaching our young girls to do? Not that. So again, I think this is a learning lesson for Angel. The reason why I'm more upset is because they forgot about the other players who were killing. There was a lot of players that were better than her that night. Y'all keeps, and I think it was I forgot the guy's name. Champion said that Reese won them the game. Bro, you must be high. I think you're smoking what Daquan has. She didn't win that game for them. She had 15 points. She had 15 points out of 102 points.
I got some Zaza today. He ain't smoking on what I got.
She had 15 points out of 102 points. If you take away Reese's points, they would have won by 2 still. So again, she did not win them the game. The team won them the motherfucking game. Her points mattered, but if you can eliminate my points and we still won, then that doesn't give me the right to chase somebody down. Now, if the whole team did it, I wouldn't be this mad because they did it as a team. But it was only one person, and it was the person who did not perform like they usually perform. How you gonna chase down someone that got double your points? Yeah, you won, but you didn't win because of you. You won because of the rest of your team. They needed the rest of those points, 102 points to be exact.
Because if not, they was gonna get smoked.
They was gonna get smoked and choked. That's what they was
gonna do. Every 2 baskets the opposing team was making, Caleb was still thumping in the bucket.
Yeah,
regardless of the possession, play, defense, or offset and transition. She knows how to play. Also, I'll give Kayla her props. Like, she's a different breed type respect. I'll give it to her.
True. Also, when you think you're right about that, like there was like you look at the game.
I'm saying, I like Daphne said, I watched the game. This girl is bad. She knows what she's doing. I think she could be a great 3-and-D player.
Outrage when it comes to
whoever this Black is, I'm sure. See, what Black is doing is what Angel was doing. He's taunting me. Now he's asking me, is the 24 hours up for her apology?
We ain't worrying about the opposition, Daphne. Don't worry about that.
To apologize in 24 hours. Y'all know what I mean by that. They just won. They're thinking about the parade. When I tell you she's going to issue a statement, she is. It might not happen in 24 hours, but I'm telling y'all, she will issue an
eventually.
Apology. Listen, they said Kyrie wasn't going to apologize for what? It was his opinion, right? You could share something you read that you liked, right? It's your opinion. And what ended up happening? He said, I'm sorry, like 10 different times. And that still wasn't enough for these white people. So again, I'm telling you now, she will apologize. It might not be in 24 hours, but she will issue a statement because she knows she has to protect the Angel Reese brand, the brand that white people are going to pay for. So again, Black, don't insult me, man. If you're not going to get on this panel and talk, I'm going to have them silence you. I hate when people do that. They get on here and they talk shit and then they have nothing to back it up. I never said Angel wouldn't be fine. Did I say that Angel wasn't going to go anywhere, guys? No, I didn't say that. I just said that when you go to the next level, it's ran by white people and they're not going to sit there and kiss your ass. She's a good player, but she's not great. She's good,
And
but not
actions
great.
like
There's
these
a
are not
difference.
overseen.
There's a difference. If I only had 15 points and I usually average 25 and I usually get 20 rebounds, I'm definitely not going to be chasing people down. I'm going to be telling my team, y'all did that shit. Yes, I'm going to hype them up. I'm going to hype them up to the max. And I'm going to tell
Good
them, let's
look,
all come
good
on the
looking
court.
for helping me. Good looking out for being a team player. We did this
Yeah,
collectively. We all made this
yeah.
happen. We could share
Listen,
this victory together as a whole school, as an entire organization. We could go back and we could actually celebrate and rally with our fans because we fought and we put up a valiant effort to actually
facts,
get this win.
facts.
That's what the sport is about at the end of the day. That's what
That's
I
what
was
it's
supposed
about.
to be taught.
That's what it was
The
about.
actual pride in actually gaining the victory because you went out there and you fought to the best of your ability. You gave it
Facts.
everything you had. Caitlin's one of those. Every game, she's giving it everything she got. She
Man,
don't care if
30
she's
points,
injury
40
prone.
points.
She don't
Yeah,
care who's playing, who's locking her up. She's gonna find a way to get her bucket. She's one of those go getters. She's not asking for a pass, just standing third off the inbound. As soon as
not.
she get the
Nope.
ball, she's going to the races.
Got to give her props. And technically,
Head to the hoop.
the Iowa fans, they were salty. They wanted this team that was composed of 95% white people. They wanted them to whoop these black women. They did, and they didn't get what they wanted. So y'all can talk all the trash you want, but we won. We won. And it was a team effort. Like I said, shout out to the whole LSU team. Jasmine Carson, that woman was 7 for 7. She was 7 for
I was
7.
She
gonna
had a
And
bring that
perfect
nobody
up.
game.
brings her up.
I was gonna
Nobody.
bring that up.
She had a perfect game.
Thank you, Kalio. You get it. That girl, I love her little blonde puff. She was natural. She came out there and was murdering these girls. Threw up a 2 at the buzzer and bam, a 3, and it went
And
in.
she had a
I
game
said,
breaker.
nobody talked about her like they should have. But let me tell you this. Every time that they did a press conference, they brought up Caitlin's name. So all these black women are doing is making Caitlin look even better. And you black women are looking like the villains now. Because look, you said all that shit you wanted to say on the court. You
You
followed her.
know, with
Okay.
love comes
Everybody
hate.
has something to say about Caitlin. She was talking about all that stuff. And now what are you going to... Everything I heard had Caitlin's name in it. Why? Y'all didn't even talk about that part. We forgot all about the woman who put them on the map. Miss
Facts.
Carson went out there and did her thing, and all she did was throw up the 3 when she hit it, but I didn't see her taunting anybody, like following them. You feel me? So what I'm
She
saying,
just played
guys,
the
is
game.
that she played
She's
that
a
game
real
like I don't know.
disciple. She's a real disciple of the sport. They
She
don't make them
is.
like they used
She
to.
is.
R.I.P.
They
to the
don't.
Mamba. I'm gonna scream
They
that one
don't.
more time because he was one of the main ambassadors that was actually trying to put people back onto the sport of women's basketball. So much avidly because he was trying to get Gigi drafted to UConn. So he was already in avidly trying to be supportive and actually be there for the WNBA and the rest of the players.
Okay, Reggie said, I agree with everything you put out, Daphne, but this here, I simply don't agree with. It's simply just sports to me. Again, Reggie, I respect your opinion, and it's easy for you to say that as a man that is just sports. It's not, sir. Not
It
when it's a
isn't.
black woman doing it. It's not just sports. Sorry. If we got paid the same as you guys got paid, if we got treated like y'all got treated, then I would say I agree. But you're saying it from a black man's perspective. You're not a female. You're not an athlete. You don't know what it's like being a woman. So I need you to understand, Reggie, that your opinion is valued. I appreciate it. But we can agree to disagree because it's not just sports when everyone's only talking about the bad shit you did. They forgot about the whole team. How do you think Jasmine Carson feels? What about her 7 for 7? She had more points than Miss Reese. Y'all saying Reese won the game. That woman is the reason they won the game. Take away her 21 points and they lost.
In
They
my
lost. So
eyes,
again,
in
she
my
was the
eyes, she
key
was the
factor.
MVP.
She should have been the one following Caitlin around if y'all want to be technical, and that still would have been wrong. But she would have had every right because she murdered them. She scored a couple of them big threes on Miss Caitlin herself. That's all I'm saying. So again, y'all got to stop saying that it's just sports. It's not. It's not just sports when they're ran by white people. When are y'all going to understand that? When? A lot of y'all work for corporate America that's ran by white people. So quit acting like you don't know how to act professional when you're working at 8 to 5. Then at
Oh, damn
501,
sure do.
you calling your nigga. You rolled up, roll up. Okay, let's go get some
You
pussy.
already know
Y'all know
that.
how you guys
That's
are.
out.
So at work, y'all don't act like the person that y'all see on the street. You guys act like you went to Harvard and yes, I would like it's exquisite, expeditiously. That's how a lot of y'all act at work. And y'all can see and say I'm lying, but I know I'm not lying. Unless y'all work in construction or you own your own business, a lot of y'all clock in and your boss is
And
typically
that
white.
light switch goes on. Best
I mean, I've
believe
seen
that.
it. I called somebody out when I was doing a coaching session, and I guess he was doing the session during his lunch, and somebody came in there and said, "Are you on lunch?" I sure am. Do you need me to clock back in? And I couldn't believe it. I said, "Dude, if you on lunch, fuck him." He said, "No, that's my boss." He said, "No, that's my boss." Yeah, he said, "That's my boss." So he was a whole different person. If I'm on lunch, don't you come in my office. So again, I know what y'all do. I know what you guys do, and it's fine. You have to keep your job to support your family, right? Your benefits and all that. Just know that this world is typically ran by white people. Until we start putting ourselves in positions to have our own, we have to act accordingly. We know that you can't slap somebody like somebody else did, and you're going to get the same energy. You know that ain't going to happen. You know it's not. That white teacher that got caught in Russia didn't get the same energy that Brittany Griner got, right? Right? So again, I'm not making this shit up. Y'all got to start using your head on this one. It's all about politics. These people need money to support their family. And in order to do that, you have to act accordingly. Playing basketball, you still got to be professional. Even with your trash talk. What happened to that woman that told LeBron how does it feel to be a pussy ass bitch? They banned her for life. They banned her for life. So it's real out here. And then her job fired her. Y'all get what I'm saying? She wasn't even at work. She was at the game. Freedom of speech, right? And she got fired. Why do you think her boss fired her? She wasn't on the clock. So again, what you do, people watch it. They watch it. And you can't give them something bad to watch. You got to let them see the good. But when you do things like that, they'll say that was your team. You were the leader. You failed them. Because your arrogance overshadowed the team. Because now we forgot what the rest of the team did because of your moment. And that shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have happened like that. So again, any woman listening to this, all I can tell you is it is perfectly okay to trash talk. But please don't follow these players. You never know who you're following. That's first. Second, you never know who is watching. If you have no plans of going further than that night, fine. Go all out with a bang, Scarface. But if you're wanting to go to the WNBA or potentially go overseas, you better watch what you do. Because the way you play in every game, it's your resume. They can go back and watch it anytime and say, so this ain't you right here following this player who's innocent. But go back to that Elite 8 game when was that your game? No. Okay. So then what was the reason? Well, she hurt my friend's feelings. And buck up. Again,
Is that any reason for you to get personal when you're playing a professional sport? Not at all.
No.
Understood. That's why I concede and agree with your opinion, because overall, this is the level that you're trying to exceed yourself to. So you got to carry yourself with that same level of professionalism at the same time. There's a lot of people getting paid a king's ransom for this sport. So you got to understand the gambles and the actual infrastructure of the field you jumping in. That's like me being a tuna, but you gonna throw me into shark infested water knowing 10 times out of 10 I'm prone to get eaten alive. That makes no sense.
Listen, like Logical just said something else about the NBA funded. Listen, the WNBA is never gonna make the money that the NBA makes. Why? Because
they don't even make a third.
I'm trying to give y'all the answer. And again, I'll say this online, and I know people are gonna probably hate me for it, but again, women's sports are absolutely boring. They have something called lingerie football. In order for men to watch women play football,
that's one of my favorite leagues. Don't issue them, Daphne. Leave them alone. They exempt to the rule. They exempt to the rule.
And they tried to scout me, and I said hell to the no. If we're gonna play football, we're gonna play real football, and I'm gonna have my clothes on. I'm not gonna have my titties out.
You understand? That's good football right there. You gotta sit there and watch one of their games.
Listen, this is what I was getting at with this. The lingerie football league brings in more money than the WNBA.
That's what I'm saying. Like, leave them alone. If they can't get to the bag, like they can help them.
But what I'm trying to say is the only way the WNBA is gonna make money is if they play in their panties. Basically, that's what they're doing in football. All I'm saying is
you know that can't happen. They got too many kids at those events.
This is what I'm saying. The WNBA, look, I'm a woman, cool. Y'all doing your thing. But again, quit asking for $1 million minimum. That's never going to happen.
That is a good idea, though.
In order for them to, Daquan, I'm going to mute you, Daquan. In order for them to make the money they want, tell these women who love you guys so much to come to the games. I've never seen a sold out WNBA game. Maybe when it was the finals, maybe. But when I watch these games on TV, I can count hundreds of seats that are empty. And they say, well, maybe it's halftime. Well, this is the first quarter. Well, maybe they haven't arrived yet. Okay, then the second quarter will arrive. Well, maybe they're left already so they can get snacks for halftime. This ain't the NBA. It ain't going to be that crowded. I guarantee you. Again, as a woman, do I feel bad that I haven't went to a game? No, because I'm keeping it real. It's boring. When I went to that last game, I heard all the technical stuff. Ball, 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 ball. It's in the air. Box out, box out. That's what I did in high school. So it was like watching high schoolers play. There's nothing fun about it. The only thing that will make it fun is if women like Brittany Griner are doing 360 dunks, but that's one person. All I'm saying, guys, is women play below the rim, men play above it. We like above the rim. We like to see them do different theatrics, right? That's what makes it fun. We want to hear them dunk. All I'm saying to the ladies is if y'all want to make the money that men are making, get your feminist friends to come to the games. You guys have a whole Me Too movement. Y'all have a whole Me Too movement, but I ain't seen one movement of going to these games. So quit it. Stop it.
You make perfect sense, Daphne.
Thank you. I asked, listen,
you
every woman I've asked,
sense.
I've asked every woman to show me a stub of when they went to a game or an email when you bought the ticket. Only one person sent me it, and it was from 2014.
No, take it a step further. Can you actually ask any of these females, have they even purchased any official fan memorabilia from any affiliated team representing the WNBA banner?
They haven't. No.
Or you could scroll down the Instagram pages and you can actually see any NBA sporter jersey that they might have actually want to wear with a pair of throwback Jordans or something nice on their feet.
Man. Look, and when somebody asks me, they said, when's the last WNBA game you went to? I didn't. I had got 2 free tickets. When I went to the grocery store, I bought some groceries. It was like $110. They said, you get 2 free tickets to watch the Phoenix Mercury. I called my uncle and said, hey, you like the Phoenix Mercury, right? He said, I sure do. I said, I got you 2 tickets. I gave them to my uncle.
Oh, that was nice of you, Daphne.
My uncle
is beautiful.
Listen, my uncle's an avid WNBA player because he said he gets the best snaps. That is jacked up. He gets the best snaps when he's out there. You know, he don't ever get no good sleep.
I'm trying to listen. I work in arenas that they get good bargain for their buck during those events.
Listen, I told my husband today that I'm gonna make it an effort to go to one game because I feel like I should have went to at least one. But I want to go to a game and just do a video and show you how many men are there opposed to the women. Women don't want to go and watch them play, but they're going on Facebook.
Go viral.
Listen, they're going on Facebook and say, "Yeah, women empowerment." Give them $5 million a year to play like y'all do the men. But then I say, well, can you show me when you went to the game? Why? It doesn't matter. It does matter. If you never went to the game, how are they going to make their money? How?
Right.
But I bet you if all these feminists filled up these arenas, these women would get more than $74,000 a year. I guarantee you. Men can't do it on their own, guys. Men can't do it all because there's men's sports too. So I'm just saying, why can't women support women when we outnumber the men? There's no excuse for you lazy women out there.
Because other women don't like each other.
They don't. It's boring. I'm telling y'all why. I went to a college game and I said, when is the game over? And they was like, you so rude. No, I'm not. It's boring. They're not doing nothing fun. And then the coach was like, well, let me see you play. And I said, I'm retired.
Right.
Said, come on out here.
There you go. Look, we ain't even got to conclude the conversation. Like, y'all ain't paying me $1 million, so I'm not about to go in that gym and suit up. I understand that. Like,
I haven't played with a girls' ball. I haven't played with a girls' ball in probably 15 years.
Wow.
So I'm so used to the weight of a man's ball. A girl's ball is like a tennis ball to me. So it's it wasn't my thing, man. I like playing with guys. They make me tougher. They don't say
I give it to you, but
they don't say I broke a nail. You know, I might have broke my nose, but that's hard basketball. That's what you sign up for.
Listen, but I know for a fact if they gave you $1 million check right now to go out and buzz Brittany Griner's ass, I better believe it'll happen.
I'm out there. I'm gonna go out there.
It's gonna be an episode of Space Jam. I promise you.
What I'm trying to say is I'm gonna do a poll, and again, I'm not trying to disrespect women's basketball, but I can ask people in the comments. Can everybody in the comments, men too? Matt, speaking of that, Daquan, how many WNBA games have you been to in your life, sir?
I've been to 7.
You've been to 7? When was the last time you went and saw a game?
I saw a Liberty game at the Barclays Center last year.
Okay. Moving on. Mr. Matthews, what about you?
Yes. I've been to about 16 games in my life.
Wow. So we got 16 from him.
Nice.
We got 7 from Daquan, and then we have 0 from me and Just listen to it. We don't support, and I know Kalaya's not going to tell me it's because I hate women. She's probably going to say it's just not my cup of tea. It is. Am I right, Kalaya?
It's not.
It ain't.
Honestly,
Listen, Kalaya, I went to a college game, and
Now
I
I
was
know
so
she'd be down
embarrassed.
to go to an NBA game if somebody had tickets.
Oh,
Kalaya would have been like,
Kalaya,
"Oh yeah,
Kalaya, how
I'm
many
pulling
NBA
up."
games have you been to, Kalaya?
Like
Yeah, she in
uh,
trouble.
yeah,
You lost count, right?
yeah, lost count. You know,
It's
like
okay, but we can comfortably say it's more than the amount
Men,
of WNBA
yeah,
games
right.
that you've been
yeah,
to.
listen.
it's definitely more than WNBA because I haven't been
See,
to
there
a
you
game
go.
yet.
Okay, look,
See,
Kalaya,
there you
you're
go.
going to a
See,
game this year, so am I. This is what I'm gonna do. When the WNBA comes around, I'm going to a game, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to go up and down. I'm gonna get seats on the court, and I'm gonna go up and down every row and film. And I
Jeez.
want y'all to see, men actually
oh
care
my
more
god, I
about
can't wait
us.
for this.
And then what are they gonna say? Oh, that's fake. That's a fake video.
You know,
Those empty seats, you Photoshop people out of them. What? You know people are gonna lie. But all I'm saying
right.
is these feminists, they're the main ones who have never been to a game. If you've never been to a WNBA game, you better not make not one post about them deserving to have NBA money. Go take a nap. You're sleepy. Okay? Go take a good nap because they're never going to make the same that men make. They're not. In order for women to be close to that, tell these feminists and me too, and her too, and she too, all of them to come to the game. The tickets are less than your lashes. They're less than your nails. I'm gonna really call y'all out today on Facebook. I'm gonna say y'all over here acting like you care, but a ticket to go to an NBA game is like $10. $10.
Mm.
And y'all telling me y'all can spend $200 for lashes, but you can't spend $10 to watch these women play. Get the fuck out of here.
See, Daphne, it's kind of funny when you think about this because I'm all right,
Talk to
and
me.
I'm gonna really get into this real quick before I get off. The WNBA, when you talk about the viewership, is
Mm-hmm.
one of the worst viewed things when it comes to women's sports. It actually makes less than women's professional soccer, and they make 85K a year. They're actually worse than the volleyball leagues, and they make the same amount, 85K a year, and they get more viewership. But let's be honest, they will never say this. They'll never admit to this. But majority of women that actually go to the NBA games are only there for one thing. A is to try to find that next NBA baby daddy. They're not there to actually watch the games because
Facts.
majority of the time when they
Facts.
talk about these
That's true.
players, they talk about how cute
Shout
and
out to
fine they
Brittany
are.
Renner.
They're not
He has
paying
a good, he
attention
has
to
a
these
cute
games.
butt, Uncle Lyle. Look at him playing that defense. My husband be like, who? God. I forgot where I was one time. You know, he was right next to me. I forgot he was there. I said, why
Bruh.
his butt?
Listen,
Who
everybody
butt?
can
God.
dream, Daphne. Don't worry about it. We
I'm talking
know
about,
the
bro.
difference
I'm talking about.
between
I'm at a
dreams and
literal.
reality.
Listen to me. I'm at a
Live
literal
your
game.
fantasy, sweetheart.
When I
Listen,
tell you, Daphne, I'm at a literal game with my cousins. Mind you, I'm about to turn 21. All my cousins are around the same age, right?
right?
I went to go see Stephen Curry against Giannis, right? And when
Sold
I
out.
tell you these girls saw both of these two men and their mouth was dropped from first to fourth quarter, I couldn't believe it. They said it was the best experience they ever had. Now we know the real reason why it was the best experience they ever had because it's like a kid in a candy store to these women. It's like seeing a piece of meat go back and forth for 50 minutes. So when we do the math here, these girls don't really care about the game of basketball.
They
How
don't.
can we? These the same women that go and turn against each other and call each other pygmies because they want to actually be in a relationship with other men.
So, and look, so what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to make the post because a lot of women think that their tickets are expensive and they're not. Like I said, me and my husband were gonna go to a game to see the Chicago Sky, and courtside tickets for the both of us was like $250, y'all, and that was before taxes. So you're looking at like $300. Now try to sit courtside at an NBA game, and it could be a regular Bulls game, and you're paying in the thousands. That's how it is. All I'm trying to say is, if I can get people to go to these WNBA games, the
That's a
narrative will
fact.
change. How come nobody's pushing that narrative? But a lot of these women are online saying Angel Reese needs to be signed to the WNBA, starting off at $1 million. April Fools was a couple days ago. You're going too far with it.
There you
That's never
go.
going to happen.
You
She's never
backslide
going to
now.
get that. Brittany Griner didn't get that. So she's not going to
Candace
get that.
Parker don't make that, and she make that off of endorsements. She makes her $1 million off of
Bingo.
endorsements and overseas.
Bingo. And at the end of the day, guys, like I said, numbers don't lie. When I looked online, it said majority of men see these women play. So respect to the men who actually care. These women don't care about these women playing ball. It's only about racing because she's a black woman with lashes. A lot of them can relate to the yes, bitch, hunt her down, bitch, beat her ass,
Right.
bitch. That's her clientele. They love that ratchet shit. But see, all I'm trying to tell you guys is that's not going to get you far in life being ratchet and ghetto and crazy. It's not. It's going to be short-lived. All I'm trying to say, ladies, is that if y'all really did care and y'all calling me a coon, show me the last game you went to, because we got 2 men on this panel that have been to 5 games or more, and me and Kalaya haven't been to 1. And a lot of y'all women can lie and say, yeah, I went to the game in 2021. I know you're full of shit. You didn't
Well,
go.
listen, I'm
Anytime,
just saying that.
Anytime you buy a ticket, it's going to be confirmed in an email. So unless you show me an email with your name showing you went to that game, you're full of shit. I don't want to see, oh, I threw my ticket away. Okay, yeah, that happens. Show me the email. Oh, my email's deleted. Now I know you're full of shit. Okay, I still have all my emails. Okay?
What would a verifiable screenshot of a receipt count as well?
Yeah, it will. I'm not saying from a guy. I'm saying from a woman. I guarantee you, if I ask 100 women how many games they went to, I would say 90% of them are going to say 0 games. Somebody might say, I drove past the game. I drove past, but I didn't go in. Why? Because it's boring. Like I said, ladies, no offense to the WNBA, but it's just not fun. It really isn't, and it's always going to be that way. There are some sports where it ain't going to get the same feel as if you went to see men play. Like, if I go and see a football game, that's fun. But if you have some real bull daggers that are big like men and they're running into each other, that will be short-lived, because our bodies are not designed to take impacts like that. I need women to understand it ain't that we can't do it. You're not supposed to fucking do it. Why do you think women get jumper's knee in a short time? Candace Parker is wearing knee braces like right away, because our bodies are not designed for that type of trauma. Ladies, we're supposed to be soft and feminine. We're not supposed to be crashing into each other titty to titty. That's breast cancer. The
closest sport to that would be rugby.
And look,
and now they even got safety protocols that's been up now to like change the game.
Let's go a little bit deeper before I wrap up, because I ain't gonna be on too long. But let me go a little bit deeper. I asked this woman this question. I knew she was full of shit. I said, if you were being followed by a man, and I'm not gonna say a black man, a white man. Say a white man with a hoodie was following you, and you called 911, and a cop was coming. Would you prefer a cop that's 4'11" woman, or would you prefer a man that's 6'4", 270 solid? She said, I wouldn't care. That's a fucking lie. If that woman cop, if you look at the way cops move, when you have a woman, it's either gonna be 2 women or a woman and a man. They will never let her be by herself. Why, Daphne? Because they know that most men can take her. Let's just be 1,000. If I'm being followed, don't you send no woman, don't you send no pussy to come help me. I need you to send a dick to come help me. I need you to send a man. And a lot of these women, and look, a lot of these women can say whatever they want to say, but let's keep it 100. If your house was burning down, you want them to send 3 men or 3 women? Women are going to be, my hair's going to get burned. My wig ain't on right. My nails. I want you to send men. And I'm not being offensive to women, but listen, there's a reason why cops don't let women do shit by themselves. Out here in Chicago, every woman cop I saw was accompanied by a bigger cop that was a woman or a man. That's just the way the shit goes. They're never going to send a woman on the beat at night by herself because they don't trust her by herself. They know that the average man is going to outrun her or put her in a hold and take her gun. That's just the way life works, you guys. So women, we can do what men do, but we're not going to be treated the same. I need you to understand that. Now, if it came to cooking and knitting, we got y'all. Y'all not fucking with us. We got you. But when it comes to like men-dominated sports, we're not going to make $1 million coming onto the court. You're not. You're not going to be selling out shoes and jerseys. You're just not. Unless you get a team of Brittany Griners that are doing 360 dunks, I'm coming to that game. Because I want to see it. But even that is dangerous for women. That is why a lot of these women don't have a long career. Because as a woman, when Candace Parker gave birth to her kid and came back, she was trash. Because our bodies are designed differently. You just gave birth to a whole human. So again, ladies, understand
same thing with Skylar Diggins.
Exactly.
And I love her too.
We have to know our place. We have
She
to
ain't had
know.
that same spark she had when she was with the Sparks after that first baby. So I'm just saying, you're right. You do got some.
Look, the first prime said, look, look, on my podcast, I keep it real. I'm never going to be fake with y'all. If I'm going through something like a domestic, I don't want you sending a woman because he's probably going to take her down too. I'm just keeping it 100. If I
Promise,
was a
right?
female cop,
Wallet.
if I was a female cop and I'm going on a domestic call, I'm going with backup. I'm not going alone because I know I might be strong, but physically, men are stronger than us. Not all
I'm
men.
bringing the
I've seen
captain
some
if
weak
need
men.
be.
But your average man going through a domestic, he's 10 times stronger and he has an attitude. He's mad. He's combative. You don't know what he going to do. Men do. Men know how men think. Women be like, he's mad, but he ain't going to hit me because I'm a woman. Well, that's why you on the call, fool. That's why you had to come to this house because he hit me. So again, all I'm saying is women just need to know how to be feminine and act accordingly. We don't have to act like our haters. They're our haters for a reason. They're below us for a reason. They're below us. So why would we go down there with them? To make ourselves feel good? It doesn't do anything for our character or reputation. Again, any black woman, any white woman, any child listening to this show tonight, if you got anything out of it, it is perfectly okay to trash talk. But even certain words, if a referee hears it, can give you a technical. So you got to be careful what you say. This ain't the Rucker. This ain't us playing on the south side of Chicago outside. You got to remember where you are. And even though they're from Louisiana, I know they come from the gutter. So I know that they're used to fighting for everything they have. But all that fight wasn't needed that day. You didn't need it that. Now, if Caitlyn would have said something like, okay, Jaquisha, okay, Burr Lashes, now we have a problem. It's personal. But she didn't even open her mouth when old girl was in her face because Angel Reese knew Caitlyn wasn't even going to look her way because Caitlyn was scared shitless. Angel would have put her in a good hold. It would have been a wrap for Miss Caitlyn. She wouldn't be shooting no more. So all I'm saying is Caitlyn knew her role. And at the end of the day, silence is an answer too. It just made Angel look like she was talking to herself. All I'm saying, ladies, is don't follow these people. We're better than that. We can tell them when they're coming by us, ha ha, look who's about to win. Cool. But I would never follow you to prove a point when you're not even looking at me. That's that weak shit. That's like hitting somebody from behind when they don't see it coming. Wait until they look in you in your face and act like that. But don't walk and follow them. And all I'm saying, ladies, is we're better than that. And being a black woman in America, they don't understand passion. They don't understand that we're passionate about everything we do. Y'all know anytime you're having a disagreement and you get one octave loud, they're scared of us. Oh my gosh, Shaquisha, your voice, it's scaring me. And you're just passionate. You're passionate. That's it. And people confuse that with aggression and assertiveness. And that is not what we're doing. It's not. So when you know that that's how white America is, why give them the ammunition to use against you? Why? Now, to those people that were calling her an idiot, you can kiss Angel's ass on that one because she did what she did and she accepted what she did. And you can call her any name you want. That's not going to take away what she did. But if you're going to call her that, call Caitlyn that too. Because she did do the hand movement on somebody else. She did shoot somebody else off too. So if you're going to call somebody that, call her that too. Don't disrespect a woman like that and call her an asshole or ignorant or dumbass. Just say what she did was classless. Do better next time and keep it that way. But these white people were so mad that Iowa lost, they took it all out on Angel. But again, Angel did not win the game. LSU won the game. Okay? It was a team effort. So again, guys, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with what I say, and that's okay. But I actually care about women progressing. I know how the WNBA is because it's hard for them. And ladies, if you honestly think you're going to make $5 million a year, that's a great dream to have. I'm going to call you Martin Luther King because that's a dream. You're never going to make that unless you create change right now. You need to tell all your women friends to get a ticket and go to the game. Until then, it's going to always be what it is. Y'all going to have about 50, 60 people there, and 40 are going to be men. That's how it is. And the women that are there, they're the ones sweeping up all the popcorn and stuff. So I want to see a whole arena filled with women supporting women's basketball. So until you guys do that, you have no right to talk about how men shouldn't be making what they make. Shut the fuck up. I honestly don't like when women try to cross over and say the NBA is making too much money. No, they're not, because we pay to see these men play. We pay. We want to see them play because they're skilled. They're jumping out the gym. They're making it fun. They're making it fun to be there. Women, you're not like that. Some of you guys, when you run, you hold your chest when you run because your breasts are so big. It's literally like watching high school play. Nothing against the WNBA, but I can be honest with myself and say I never went because it's boring. I seen it on TV. I saw people yawning. I saw people sleep, and that really saddened me. But hey, if they really wanted people to come and fill those seats up, you better hire somebody better in marketing. Maybe you need me. But all I'm
Yeah.
saying is, listen, y'all, I'm gonna go
They
to a
they
game.
advertisement
I'm gonna
is
go to one. I'm
way
gonna
off.
try not to go to sleep too. I'm gonna try not to fall asleep. But I'm telling you, hearing them say ball, 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 it brings me back to high school. And I hated when women screamed that in my ear. It was annoying, especially when their breath was tart. You know, you like, here, take the ball. Fuck. Here you go. And
You
take some
got
more.
that.
So all I'm saying, guys, is I just feel like at this point, I'm hoping that after today, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna post on there today about the game, but I just want to give a shout out to the men because without the men going to these games, these women they wouldn't even be making minimum wage. So these women should be thanking these men for going to the games. But like I said, Shaq told somebody to shut up. How much has Shaq given to the WNBA? Because if he did, we would have
Not
heard
as
about it.
much as
We
Kobe
know
did.
Shaq is in 1,000 commercials.
Or
He's doing
Kyrie.
insurance, icy hot.
Hmm.
He's doing Papa John's. How much has he given? He has more money than Kyrie Irving. I can guarantee you that.
Oh,
So
Facts.
Kyrie Irving gave
Shaq's
2.5
sitting
million.
on a good
So
billion. Y'all don't even know it, son.
but
Man
listen,
didn't even touch his NBA pension yet, and he been out the league over a decade. Come on,
one
man.
thing that Charles Barkley said to Shaq, like, dude, you are making way too much money, and yet you're taking all these endorsements because Shaq loves money. But how much of that money did he give to the WNBA since he loves the women's ball? How many times have we seen him sitting
Not
courtside
a
at a
red
WNBA game?
cent.
So again, you can't just talk about it. You have to be about it. You have to be. If I was making billions of dollars, millions of dollars, I would donate too to the women because I feel bad for them. But donating is not going to change because when that money runs out, they're going to be back to broke. You need to try to fill those seats. We need to figure out why women are not watching other women play since y'all care so much about each other, right? How come pussy ain't watching pussy? Because we've seen a lot of women at the men's games. We know why they
I'm
there.
just saying. I mainly go per se just to support the sport because I love seeing beautiful women doing what they do at a professional level. So
Look,
that
I
just
love
goes
seeing
without
women play.
saying.
I love seeing women play the
It's a
game they
beautiful
love.
thing.
But it's still
'Cause you
boring
got
to
some
me.
fine ass women in the league. I
I
ain't I
don't
ain't gonna
care if
say
they look
it's a
like I
few of
don't care
them.
if they look like
Not
Beyonce
a whole
playing ball.
lot. Not all
I
that.
still
But
call it boring. Pretty is not going to make these people spend their money to watch them play. You're pretty, but this is
my
boring.
bad. I'm a dude,
Now,
so I'm
if
different.
they
I
had
understand.
lingerie basketball where the shorts were like, up the ass, they're gonna
Yeah,
sell out
we.
every time. They can come see
You
that.
know that's.
They can
Oh
call it
yeah, that.
X-rated women's basketball. Everybody coming to see that. But see, you have to do that to get them to come. But again, I would
But
honestly
they're not
say
gonna go with that.
if they wanted marketing, it starts with the marketing. If you want a good marketing team, you got to hire women and you got to see why other women are not going. You got these big influencers with 10 million followers and can't get not 1,000 of them to go to a game. So how good is your influence? I need you to understand that a lot of these people with these big following, all that shit ain't real. Those are robots. They pay for these followers. It ain't real. Because if you got 10 million followers, how come you can say, oh, Angel Reese, you are a god. You're the GOAT. Okay, now get some of your followers to pay to watch the WNBA play. Let's start there. None of their followers are going to go. You can get them to buy
Because they're
makeup.
not going themselves, like
Look,
you're saying.
they're not because it is boring. And some of them might even go and then make you think they were there the whole game and then leave. Or tell somebody to go for them and send them the video like they were there. I'm telling you guys, listen to me. WNBA could be better if they marketed it better. I'm still not going to go to a bunch of games, but I am going to go to one this year because I wanted to see how boring it is. I know it's boring, but I went to a college game and it was boring. I know this ain't no different. Women are technical. They box out. They follow their shot. Those are things men don't do often. Men don't box out. They're tall enough to just jump up and grab the shit, right? Us women got to put our ass in their little personal space just to get the ball. That's what we do. Technical basketball is
Average
boring.
NBA height is around 6'3".
Listen, okay? Everybody ain't coming out as tall as Brittany Griner and Candace Parker. They're not. So again, all I'm saying, guys, is, and then when you do got women that tall, they got two knee braces on because they can barely jump. They're always hurt. They hurt their ankles quick. Like I said, I tell women
Their
we are
lateral
built different.
movement gets blown quickly.
And don't go to a game when the women are having that time of the month because they're mean. They're evil. When I used to play ball
Angry.
against women, I can tell. Like, you're just extra evil today. I hated playing with women. I hated the locker room smell. There's a lot of things I would never miss about playing with other women, And then when I go in there and they putting on a full face of makeup to play against other women, and then I get
Hey,
their makeup on my jersey, that bothered me. I said, ladies, you're supposed to be ugly. I need some Monica Rice on my team who don't give a fuck. That's how I was. I didn't care about what my face looked like, you know. But
Did,
putting it now,
did you at least use Vaseline? Like, I ain't worrying about the makeup
lip
part
gloss.
like
Yeah,
that.
I had lip gloss on, but what I'm saying is, it
No,
wasn't a
I said
show for me.
Vaseline. Just because, like, I know some sport athletes wear it just in case because they don't want no friction far as cuts on their face and stuff like that. But I don't know. That was mainly a football thing for me. I would use that when I was going on the field because I didn't want the chance of nobody like poking their finger in by chance if I was
Oh
actually
no,
putting a guard because I
nope.
play football, so
But look,
I mean, there's a
and,
lot of hand movement and contact on that part. So, but that
that's fact.
happens
And
too
shout out to
in
First
basketball as
Prime.
well. But
Prime, thank you for that. He said if people weren't so sensitive, I have a million subs. Look,
that's the truth.
if I was against men and I was all about women, I would have all the subs. But again, guys, I'm not trying to be rude, but y'all know there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying. I've seen these games online. You know, when you're watching TV and you're skipping through the
Hmm.
channels and you click on WNBA Chicago Sky versus this team, right? And you're looking at the stands. And like I told my husband, look, there's only a few people. He said, well, what quarter are they in? First quarter. Well, they're just getting there. Okay. So I said, I'm going to go back to it later. I went back. It was in the middle of the second quarter. I said, now what? Oh, it's because it's close to half. I'm like, no, quit trying to make excuses. It's boring. It's boring. It was quiet. The commentators were boring. So yep, she has the ball and she crossed her over and there's the shot. Wow, she hit the three from deep. Wow, that's how
That
these women talk.
again, that goes with
I
the
be loud
marketing,
as
like you
hell.
said.
I want you to plug your ears. But what I'm saying, guys, is it's not interesting to watch. And I think until they can find a way to make it fun, it's gonna always be like that. But if y'all really want to make what men are making or close to, you're not gonna get close. You might get maybe a million if you're lucky, right? The most. You need to tell these women who are me tours to bring their asses to the game. There's absolutely no excuse why women are not filling these stands when we outnumber men. But I go to
Mhm.
the NBA games and
Support
it's
your sisters.
always full. It's always full. I mean, I love it. And it's a mixed crowd. But again, when I looked online, it said that men, they watch women's basketball and they attend more games than women. So these feminists, I have questions for you guys. I do. And if you're going to challenge me, send me an email of the last time you went. If it was 2014, I'm going to clown you. Show me something you went to in the last few years. I know COVID hit. Show me 2018 and I'll be like impressed. That was before COVID. I give you 19 to 22 because of COVID. Show me something from 18 or 23 and I'll respect you. But I
I'm
don't.
saying though, it's good rebates as far as going to WNBA games. At least you eat good when you go to those events. That I can say.
Yeah, but the thing about it is there's too many women. I'm going to a game because I want to see how many people are there, but I'm also going to support whatever team I'm watching. I'm going to give them that much respect. Like I said, I
Hmm.
know the games are boring and I'm not a feminist. I don't go online saying women deserve and women deserve. No, we have to earn that shit. We don't deserve
Hmm.
anything. We have to earn it. Just because you pop a baby out of your coochie don't mean that you deserve $1 million. No, that's not why. Your body was designed to do that. If men were able to do it, then you have two people doing it, right? But that's not the way it goes. Only women do that. We're built differently. So, ladies, at the end of the day, if you're gonna sit here and say Angel Reese is a GOAT and you support women, show me when you went to the last game. Show me a game because a lot of you guys are fake. You're only going hard for her because she's a black woman, but you black women won't even go to a game to see them play. But I guarantee you, more black women have went to NBA games than WNBA games. And I don't care if y'all tell me I'm wrong because I know I'm not wrong. Y'all not watching each other play. It's boring. It is. Now, if it was a weave convention, nail convention, eyelash convention, it's gonna be sold out. It's gonna be sold out. Y'all go to that because it's interesting. But you're not gonna want to see a couple of cute players and a bunch of bulldaggers going up and down the court because you're not attracted to that. Unless you like women,
Hmm.
you're not gonna want to see it. But you will watch some men with tattoos on his neck and his nice defensive stance, and he got those size 15 shoe. Y'all be sitting there plotting who y'all think your next husband gonna be, your next baby daddy gonna be. So again, a lot of you women are fake. Y'all calling me all these names, but at least I'm being true to myself and saying I ain't never went to a game because it's boring. I can be real with myself. And I do not think women should ever make what men make because it's two different levels. Men play above, women play below. Keep it that way. So y'all got to stop saying y'all require $1 million minimum. Well, if you want $1 million minimum, go to Russia and stay out there for about 5-6 years and you would have made about $1 million. Okay. All I'm saying is if you want to demand something, demand it in another country because America is not going to pay you that unless you get people to come to the games. That's how it goes, y'all. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and say that women are trash. All I'm saying is we're technical and it's boring. Very boring. I would rather watch uh, uh I would rather watch a freshman basketball team all men play. I would rather go to like a freshman game where it's all men back than to watch women play. It's even that's more interesting, right? I'm just saying from my point of
Understood.
view. I don't That's why I only like playing with men because they have people in the stands. Whenever I played with women, nobody came to see us. I can hear people chewing gum. It was so boring in that gym.
It's
And
not
I was
even that.
embarrassed.
It's a
I
way
was
higher level of enthusiasm between NBA games and WNBA games.
Yeah,
And
true.
the
Yeah.
anticipation, the actual splendor and the experience. I've experienced both, so I can say for myself, walking in these shoes, there's definitely a difference between the two.
And look, Kat said, I usually only watch women's sports to learn how to play. Yeah, if you want your kid to learn how to box out, grab a rebound, or yell, ba, 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 ba,
Yeah,
boom,
if
watch
you
the
want to learn the
WNBA. All
fundamentals
you
on
hear,
all the bases,
look,
a
they ladder on
WNBA
the court.
is a great concept to follow.
It's
Of
technical.
course.
They are
Yeah.
women. We play, we use our mechanics. Men do
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
box
yeah.
out because they don't
Y'all
have
use
to.
a lot of one-on-ones when
Men
y'all on
don't
the
have to
court.
box out. Men don't have to say blah blah blah. I don't really hear men say that. Maybe high school, maybe pee wee. I don't know. But in the NBA, men are not saying blah 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 blah. Box out, box out, box. Men don't have to do that. They're naturally tall. They just gotta jump up and grab the rock, right? Women, we gotta box out and box them all the way out of bounds so that somebody else can get the ball. That's how we play. It's technical. So if you want to teach your
And
kid how
it's
to
not
play,
even that. And certain NBA teams have different signal systems as well when they're switching on defense. So they got different wording and they got different paraphrases that
yeah,
they use to try and offset their opponent. That way they'll actually know how to move, how to set, when to transition, when to actually go slow, when to go half pace, when to run in transition. There's different facets to the game, but you're overall correct. Most of the one-on-ones and basic mechanics run through the WNBA. So, like I'm
yeah.
saying, if it's
And
beginning like the last comment I had made, yeah, that's a positive direction. That's definitely a good facet as far as a move on that note. Yeah,
look, like I said, ladies, if y'all really care about these women, show me. Show me. I would love
I
to see
love all y'all ladies.
of everybody going to a game and hashtag your ticket and show me your ticket. Maybe I should start that trend. I'll go to the game first and show y'all how many people will sleep at the game. I'm telling you, I was watching the game. I forgot what game it was last year, and I saw a bunch of people with their heads all the way in their chest. They was knocked out. And now that's how boring the game was. Now you won't see that often at a men's game. You just won't. Something crazy is gonna happen. But the only time I seen them wake up is when the women were like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." Then they woke up like, "What the fuck?" They scared. They woke up from a nap. I wouldn't want nobody napping at my game. Something's wrong if you falling asleep at my game. So again, I don't like to see that, but I'm telling you, it's boring. Nothing against women. I don't care how good you look, how pretty your skin is. At the end of the day, you're trying to sell tickets, and you're not. Like I said, when they were giving people free tickets for buying groceries over $100, I felt that was disrespectful to women because you're never gonna get that from men. I ain't never had to buy $100 worth of groceries to get some Bulls tickets. You better bring your ass online, United Center, and purchase your tickets like that, and you're gonna pay a heavy price just for a basic game. Even when the Bulls were not even that good, those tickets were a lot. I was like, damn, they're not even winning, and they make
Daphne,
me pay all this. That's how men.
Daphne,
That's how men are.
basic box seats at Madison Square Garden is gonna run you close to $1,000, and that's on
Yep.
a good night.
Look, you can sit at the
And
box.
that's like
Look,
nosebleeds. That's
you
not
can
like
sit
you
in the
being
skybox.
courtside. That's gonna run you like around $15,000 if we're talking like an NBA game.
You can sit in the WNBA skybox for probably $50 and a beef jerky. Everything is
Nah,
really
real
cheap.
talk.
And you can even negotiate. I give y'all 45, 50. Damn. Anything, they gonna take anything to get them people in the seats. That's how it is. They
If
even have
not,
a
they'll
buy
make
two
out bundle
tickets,
deals, all
buy
that.
two tickets, get 10 free. I ain't never heard about that for men. Let me find a deal like that and we all
Nah.
going. But women, they do buy one, get one free, 50% off just because it's Monday. All these deals for women because that's how bad it is. They're forcing people to go to these games. So again, all these feminists, if any of you men have a debate with a woman about wanting them to make $1 million, tell them to send you a copy of when they bought a ticket to go to the game. And if they can't, tell them to shut the fuck up. Just say it just like that.
And in
Okay?
retrospect, to put more fuel to your fire on what you're saying, if you actually look at them purchasing, sales, and everything in that regard, if they actually spent more money and actually went to these games, their actual revenue would actually start going up
Oh,
overall.
yeah, and then they
Don't you
can get
think? And
paid
they would
better.
act, yeah, and then the players union can renegotiate a new contract. They could sit down with all of the representatives and owners of the organizations to branch out the banner, and they can come to a decisive decision as to what figure is reasonable amongst all parties per player per
Um,
organization.
Daquan, what state are you in?
I'm in New York.
Okay, in Kalaya.
I'm in California.
Okay, so Kalaya, you need to go to a Sparks game this year. I'm gonna go to a Chicago Sky game this year. Daquan, you gonna go to what's that team in New York? I don't even know that.
The New York Liberty.
You know, I only know West Coast and where I'm at right now. I only know.
It's
Okay, you go to
okay.
New York Liberty. So again,
Yeah, the Liberty were at Madison Square Garden, but they got bought by the Barclays Center's owner, so now they
wait,
moved
they be
to
having those Liberty games at the Madison. Okay, how many people be there? What do it be packed?
it. Last time I went at no, they're not owned by Madison Square Garden anymore. They moved crosstown to Brooklyn, so
Is
now
it
they're
as
at the
big as
Barclays Center.
Madison? Is it bigger or smaller?
No, Madison Square Garden has more seats than the Barclays Center. I've worked at both of
You went
those
to that
arenas.
WNBA game. What were the seats looking like?
It was literally a third occupancy, and the max they got in there is around 55,000.
How
So
many
that's
was in there?
maybe
That
that's less.
estimate.
That's around less than 15, if that.
And you know what? Honestly, I think most people go to get the experience. You know, I heard when you go to New
Hmm.
York, going just being there in that atmosphere. Some people go just for that, not even about the game. But 15,000 is still a lot compared to like 7,000 at some of these arenas. Like I said, they've lowered ticket prices for women to get more people to go. It's not the price; it's the fact that people don't want to go because it's boring. Somebody just said something big. Maybe if they had on halftime women come out and perform like Mary J. Blige, Beyonce at these games, I think that would get people in those seats. Can it happen? It don't have to be a Beyonce. You can do like a anybody that's a female artist in that state, have them perform at halftime to get their name out there or something like that. There's things that they can do. They just don't want to do it because it's women. They're comfortable and
Yeah,
content with them not making no money. A lot of these women have two jobs that are in the WNBA. They're playing ball and they're bagging somebody's groceries. I've heard about that. People keep assuming that they make big money and they don't. They're making after taxes probably 65K a year. I know people right now on this panel. There's people right now in the comments that told me they make six figures right now, and they're not even playing ball, and they get to go work their 8 hours and clock out. But when you're in the WNBA, you are on the clock all year round till it's over. So all I'm saying is, what these women go
and
through,
you
they're
still
not
have to
even
train in the off season as well, don't
right.
you?
They're not even getting paid like that, and they have to work two jobs because after taxes, they're getting raped. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is they can make a change to these owners. They just don't want to. Why? Why should we? We're content. I feel like if
It's
they
not
don't make
even
a
that.
change,
It's
they're gonna
gonna
do
be
away
a
with it.
loss in revenue. Then they're not gonna want to do that, even with the discounts they're giving out to most fans and teams that
You
actually
said
go
free
to the
food.
no.
No, they are not gonna
That's
give no free food because then the
no, they're
arena
not
gonna
gonna
look
do that.
stupid.
But exactly, and
You
that's
better
not
have
gonna be a bill that
look,
they're gonna
you
want to
better have
fit.
somebody. You better have somebody grandma show up and have her own booth making them like chicken, catfish, and she her one of her kids is the players or something. That's the only way that'll work. But they're
That's
not
what
even
I'm saying.
in the arena because then they're gonna take a loss. You got to keep the lights on in the arena, right? So when you're using it, their bill that for that day, I'm sure it's in what 50, 100,000. I don't know, but you got to pay to keep the lights on, and you got to pay all those workers that clean up. So you got to make money to pay all them, or else you're not
And,
making no money. So they're not
and
gonna do
then
that.
and then the players want their money too, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I would love to maybe do an interview with someone that's in the WNBA. I'm gonna try to see how far I can get in here. But all I'm saying, guys, is let's take it back to why I did the show. Like I said, taunting is okay if you're doing it at the same level as your opponent. But remember, if you're a leader of your team and you're trying to go far, you have to remember that you are the leader. You're not a follower. So you can't say I did it because she did it. That's what followers, that's what they say. A leader's not going to do exactly what you did because they're going to let you know that you haven't affected me. I might do something different that'll throw you off, but I'm not going to repeat what you did so I can look dumb like you. All I'm saying is, even though Caitlyn did lose, her whole team lost, she gets one more year, right? And she's already broken all these records as a junior. And to me, that's a big feat. I would rather have a whole bunch of records as a junior than to you know and not and lose than to win and have no records, no accomplishments. When she leaves,
Agreed.
when where she's at right now, She has a lot of accomplishments. So let's say that she plays next year and they win. What are y'all gonna say then? All I'm saying is this woman carried a team by herself. Let me ask y'all this before I get off the panel. And I'm asking everybody in the comments too. And I'm gonna be real with you. If Angel Reese had to carry LSU, meaning all the other players are not that good, do you think the outcome would have been the same?
No,
No.
not at all. Hell
Anybody in the
no. It
comments
would have
wanna?
been a full
Anybody in the
180.
comments? We know. Do you guys honestly think Angel Reese could have put LSU on her back and won them that game by having like 50 points?
No, because the rest of the team wasn't doing anything.
So when you look at what Caitlin went through, she had some okay shooters, but she was the main shooter. She had 30. The second person had 13. Do y'all see the deficit? Do y'all see the
Offense
big
was
difference?
flowing through her.
I can't be scoring all the second highest scoring person on that team had 13 from 30. That would just tell me that you put them on her back literally as a junior. That is very hard to do. So y'all over here calling her names and calling her Caitlyn Jenner. She don't
She
give a
gonna
damn
put
about
some
that.
respect on her name.
That woman is very talented. You got to give her respect. And I'm going to definitely
She's
say
gonna go places. She
she
just gotta
is. She's
stay
going to go
humble
places.
and
But
just stay
also,
work.
Caitlyn needs to know, Caitlyn also needs to have her a slice of that humble pie too. And she needs to also learn that
True.
if you are known for doing that, there are people in this world that are going to take it 10 times worse and they don't care. Like Angel Reese. Again, when you're playing a team where they all had to fight to get there, LSU was not supposed to be in that position. South Carolina was supposed to be the team to win it all. South Carolina. And they got whooped by Caitlin's team. And they left these women open, these black women open, because they challenged them. Said, y'all, you can't shoot. That was
All
hard. So
right, I'll show you.
I'm hoping that Dunn goes back to the drawing board. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is South Carolina was supposed to win it all. LSU is not going to be in the same position as they were this year, next year. They're losing a lot of players. It's going to be a whole different ball game. All I'm trying to say today is that we have to do better as black women when we're playing or doing things that we love. And we know that eventually we need to get signed, recruited, picked. We have to give them something to love about us. Once you get locked in and you're making all that money, then you do what you want to do. But when you're still a rookie, when you're still a baby, I'm saying baby because she's only 19. She's still a baby. When I was her age, I was working 80 hours a week to help my dad keep
God
a
bless
house.
her soul.
So
God bless her
I
soul.
know all about hard labor. Did I want to go to college? Absolutely. If anybody knows my story, I played varsity my sophomore and junior year. I played varsity. I was that good. My coach cut me my senior year. She was a white woman from Minnesota. She cut me because she thought I was messing with her black boyfriend and she was white. When really her boyfriend was helping me with my handles. He was helping me he was helping me to be more fluent with the ball. He told me he wanted me to be more contained. He said I was wild at times and he was helping me fix that. So after
He was
practice,
just
I would
trying to give
stay.
you some discipline.
Yes. After practice, I would stay three, sometimes 4 hours while he helped me with my dribbling. I was that dedicated to the sport. I was in the newspaper. Everybody said, look out for number 10, Daphne, a shooter. Nobody can touch me. I was in the newspaper my whole junior year. Everybody was scared to see how deadly I was going to be my senior year because after we would practice, I would work on my handles, and then the men had the late practice, and I would go and practice with them for 2 hours too. The coach today, he's my friend. He told me I cried when she cut you because I knew your potential, and it was too late for you to transfer because he knew I was gonna go somewhere. Even if I did get picked up, I still wouldn't have went. I would have kept my house. But yeah, that coach cut me because she was mad, and the men's basketball coach, volleyball coach, tennis coach, they all tried to appeal what she did, and I
A
still
jealous
lost.
bitch.
I still lost that appeal, but it's okay. I ended up getting 4 dance scholarships that I didn't take. I was really good at dance too, hip hop and all that crap. So, anyways, that same coach that cut me, I hated her for years. She was the reason why I had a problem with women. I ended up catching her in a league, and they were one person short, the team she was playing. Guess who was that fifth player for the other team? I was. Guess who made sure that coach fell on the ground? I would grab the ball, put it in her chin, her throat. I tried to hurt her. We beat them by like 40 points. And I gave my coach buckets. I really did. It was personal. Now,
Retribution.
this was just like a pickup game. They were in like a little baby league, nothing too big. And she hated that I was the one guarding her. I didn't let her get any points. I showed her why I was mad. But guys, the great part about this story is that in 2013, that coach, she reached out to me and she told me she was sorry. She said, I took away your life. She said, you lost your mother, you lost your grandmother, you lost your uncle, and then you lost basketball. Guys, I should have been crazier than what I was. I should have gave up on life, but I didn't. She said, I took away basketball from you. She said, it's been bothering me for years because I knew your potential. You could have went to the WNBA. When she said that, I broke down and I cried. Everybody knew I was going somewhere. We just didn't know where. And I was doing it for my mother. My mother was a really good athlete. She even played football. She was a kicker. So what I'm trying to say is, my mother back in the day, people would have her do the kick because she could kick that ball from our house all the way to where a cemetery was. She could kick it. I wasn't good at
That's
kicking.
what I'm talking about.
Anyways,
That's at least a good 50 yarder. Say
right.
that.
But anyways, that coach apologized to me. She finally apologized. I forgave her. And we became friends on Facebook in 2013, y'all. Everybody thought I was stupid for that. They was like, that white woman took away your basketball dream. Well, maybe that wasn't where God was. It's okay. So we both stayed friends. And then she passed away a few years ago. She had a job she was starting on Monday, and she ended up getting a pulmonary. I forgot how you pronounce it. She had like a blood clot, and she died in her sleep.
Pulmonary heart infection.
Guys, she died in her sleep and didn't start her new job on Monday. That broke me, but I was thankful that we both settled our problems because, guys, I hated her. She was the reason why I hated playing with women. I always wanted to hurt women on the court. I wanted them to try to challenge me so I can hurt them in a basketball way, not hurt them like try to kill them. But when they were going for a shot, I was taking it out of the air. I was diving for the ball. I was all over the place. I was in your face. I did that because of her. And then she took away all that anger that I had. So, guys, what I'm trying to say is I know what it's like to be an athlete and want something more than anything. And when I had to coach men's basketball, none of them respected me because I was in my early 20s. They're like, what the fuck does she know? She's a woman. She got titties. She don't know nothing about basketball. But I played with
Pass me the rock and I'll show you better than I could tell you.
I played with so many men around the way that I gained my respect, and they called me Coach Knight. One of the Phoenix Suns VPs was my good friend. Amari Stoudemire was my good friend. I was really that person. I don't talk about this to brag and boast, but that's how great I was at basketball.
I met Amari when I worked at the Garden.
Yeah, Amari Stoudemire. This is when he was in Arizona, and he had Stoudemire's and all that when he played for Phoenix. This was years ago. So what I'm saying, guys, I earned my respect. So I know what it's like to be an athlete. I know these women now are different than how we are. So they're going to be a little bit more hood. I got you. But if you're going to be more hood, understand that comes with consequences. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Angel Reese will make it. She will be okay if she has the right people in her circle. The last thing I want to see is her on social media acting a fool. We saw what happened with that tennis star, right? With the blonde hair and the big nails and all that. She was real cocky until them Jamaicans gave her a big plate of humble pie, right? And then she tried to double back. You have to be careful. She was too arrogant. And everybody wanted to say, well, her mother died. I said, my mother died too. I was younger. I didn't turn to weed. I didn't turn to acting like a fucking fool, spreading my legs open on Instagram. Stop using your family's death as an excuse to be ratchet. Just admit that you're ratchet and you're ghetto. That track star, she was so great to us until she started becoming arrogant. Oh, Jamaica can't see me. I wish you guys would, even mocking their accent. And what happened? They left her in 11th place or 8th place, something like that. So what I'm saying is you will be humbled. And I said she has the wrong people around, and people still call me a coon for that too. It's okay. I'll take it. But our Black women don't have to be loud and ghetto like Megan Thee Stallion. Well, she lost her mother. That's why she's loud and ghetto. Guys, we lose people every day. We lose people every day. And that don't mean act a fucking fool. The difference is Megan and the tennis player, the track star, what's her name? I forgot her name already. My bad. I feel bad that I forgot her name. But they both lost their parents or their mothers at an older age than I was. If I would have had about 5 or 6 more years of my mother, I think I would have been different. But I didn't. So what I'm trying to say to people is that we have to teach our young girls to be better. Because we are. At the end of the day, in order for you to get the things you want, you have to earn it. And you have to act accordingly, or people are not going to fuck with you. All I'm saying is more white people run these teams than Black people. Let's change that narrative. All these Shaqs and stuff talking shit, buy an WNBA team. You got the money. How come Oprah's billionaire ass with the bags in her eyes? I don't care how much money she make. She's still nigga at the end of the day. How come Oprah ain't bought a team, but she's over here building up schools in Africa? So again, y'all think these women care about y'all? They don't. Oprah ain't fucking with no women's teams. Why? But she all in Africa building shit for them. So again, y'all over here are wrong. You're mad at the wrong people. If Shaq and all them really cared, they could put their money together and create their own team. Black owned. Black, right? But they're not doing that shit because they know already. It's boring. So again, y'all can call me all the names you want, but I come with facts. All these people are doing way too much for them not to have enough to be able to feed their family. I hate to hear that these women are working 2 jobs. Some of y'all be like, is that this person that used to play for this team? Yeah. Well, times is hard now, right? So again, all I'm saying, ladies, is we got to do better. And if you support what Angel did, that is your opinion. I'm not mad at you. I'm not blocking people that disagree with me. It's the ones who have to call me a coon and calling me Uncle Ruckus and dumb stuff like that. I'm not going to sit here
saying you don't know no better when you're giving a clear clarification of
right. You're not playing basketball right now, so shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter if I'm not playing right now. I know how this shit works. A lot of these coaches who are running these teams or owners running these teams ain't playing ball either. They just running the team and making the money, right? So when these white people see black people doing that, well, we're not fucking with her. Bring on the next nigger. That's how they talk about us. Bring on the next nigger. We're just not going to use her. We'll find somebody else. That's how they talk about us. So if you guys actually did care about Angel Reese, you'll tell her, hey, sis, tone that down a little bit. Because if that was the WNBA, I'm sure her coach would have probably sat her out for a couple games. Because they have to make an example out of you so that the other girls don't think it's okay. Because then what happens? My daughter did what she did and got hit in the eye. I'm suing the WNBA. That's how petty these parents be. And they're blaming it on something that an athlete did, right? And you'll say, well, nobody told you to have your kid watch that. Well, my kid didn't know they were going to see that, right? So again, that's how dumb some of these parents are. They will sue because of what their kid saw and their kid mimicked it and got their ass whooped. Because in real life, if anybody did what Angel did and it was 2 black people, somebody going to get hit that night. If Caitlyn came from south side of Chicago and she was black, her name was Kaylisha gonna put hands on Angel. So y'all can say I'm wrong, but I know how I go. Women don't like to be like taunted like that.
Somebody getting locked up for assault. Simple.
Oh, please. And it ain't gonna end there. Her whole family in the stands gonna come down and help her too. Kaylisha's family's in the stands. Oh, you trying to hunt down my daughter? Go get her, Lily. Somebody else gonna come down there. Lily and Big Bertha, they all coming down there.
You might as well tailgate if that was the case.
That's all I'm saying, guys. Y'all know I'm not wrong. And if it was 2 men, in that same situation, that man would have turned around because somebody would have told him that he's behind you. And that man would have turned around and gave him a good uppercut. I'm telling you. So y'all can't tell me the situation is bigger than what it is when it is big. So again, if nobody saw it, it's on my Instagram. To all those people who agree with me, thank you. If you disagree with me, I respect your opinion. It's okay, guys. But we're going to watch all this play out. After today, I'm not going to talk about it again. All I'm going to talk about is, why aren't you guys going to these WNBA games, Me Too people? How come y'all not going and supporting these
Me Too feminists?
People? Y'all some feminists. They are. How come I don't see y'all over here supporting y'all women? Y'all not supporting them. So again, if I told people on a thread, drop the most recent ticket of you at a WNBA game, show me your ticket. Email, screenshot, or the actual ticket. And everybody get crickets. They're going to go on Google and type in WNBA tickets, and they're going to probably use a fake picture, and I'm going to run it and know it's fake. Again, guys, I don't make this up. I know women are not going because I looked at the stats and I saw it on TV. And if there are women there, it's like they're there by force. They're not even happy. So again,
they're getting paid for it.
Right. Oh, you have to come and watch them play and take notes. And we don't even know who's actually there because they want to watch it. Are they scouting? Are they looking at an opposing team? We don't know. All I'm saying is I don't see the household woman with her homegirls. Yes, bitch. Hit that 3, bitch. I don't see that. I don't see it, but I do see them coming to see the men play. Ooh, girl, look at them tats. He look like he got 2 felonies, girl. Ooh, girl.
I looked at his Instagram page earlier. He was looking fine. I'm trying to tell you.
So y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes. And I would love to see more women in the stands since you guys care. I would love to see more women rocking their attire. Rock their WNBA shirts. But y'all won't do that because it's going to cramp your style, right? So again, at least I'm solid on how I am. And I can say I've never been to it. I have been to women college games. And I have been to a lot of high school games because I played. But I'm telling you, even I was sometimes sad when I saw 8 people in the stands. I was sad because I'm like, dang, nobody want to come see us. But then that same night, the men will be playing and it'd be a packed house. Tell me I'm wrong. Anybody that played high school ball or did high school sports, if you had a
Yep.
game the same night as the men, you ain't gonna have nobody there.
Yep.
Ain't nobody coming to see y'all play. So again, it wasn't nothing against. It was just not as fun as the men. Men got it in. I was one of those hecklers too. Y'all look, when I didn't make the team, when she did that to me, I went to every basketball game for the men. I was right there. I was like one of them. I practiced with them still, guys. It hurt me, but I still practiced with them. And then I know somebody asked me about how that team did when I got cut. Well, like 4 players that I played with since freshman year, they did not take the position. They quit the team, and my team went on to be like 2-23. It was the worst. Dang, my head is hurt now. That was the worst thing that they had like that year. That was the worst that they ever
Well,
had in
season.
like 30 years. It was like a 30-year thing. So to see
Damn.
4 people, I played with 10 of them, but only 4 quit with when I didn't make it. And those are the 4 that I didn't think would quit. You know, and it hurt me because the other two black girls that I played with since freshman year, they stayed on the team. Okay, cool. That's why your season was bad. You know, I rubbed that in their face. I laughed. I love seeing them getting blown out 7 to like 58, 10 to 80. They was getting killed.
Good
And
God Almighty! You talk
yeah,
about 2K scores.
yeah,
Jesus.
that made me feel good to know that they was getting their asses whipped. And then, guys, to add insult to injury, that was my last year. And when I left, they fired her as a coach. Y'all should have fired her when I didn't make the team. But it's okay, politics. But again, the story ended up being okay. At the end of the day, even if I did get a full ride somewhere, I wouldn't have taken it because my dad needed my help, and I was gonna help him first. But my dance scholarships, I had 2 to a university in California. I had the other 2, I think I forgot the other places where they were. I just know the 2 Cali ones because I was in Arizona and I was like, oh, that's like right up the street. I could still see my family. But dancing was one of my favorite things to do. I loved it. And I'm not talking about freak dancing. I knew how to make up like Michael Jackson Thriller type dancing. I was different. I didn't need to get on the ground and show my ass.
You were
I
getting
thought I was like,
trained in the art of choreography.
yeah, I was good at that.
There's different facets
Yeah,
with dance. There's different genres as well, just like
yes.
music. It's all
I
part of
was
the
hip
art,
hop. I
sweetheart.
was hip hop all day. I loved hip hop. Even my junior year, I had got 2 scholarships. So I had a lot of dance
Okay,
stuff.
so that's
Dance
what's up.
wasn't
You
my
know how to
thing,
pop
man.
lock and all that. You can, you know what I'm
Man, look,
saying? Do
I love
it. All
sports.
right.
When I did
Okay,
tennis,
all
look,
right,
when
all
I
right, all
did
right, all
tennis,
right, all right.
I hit the ball so hard I dislocated this girl's shoulder.
Jesus.
And I didn't play no more for that because it wasn't my passion. I did it out of anger and I hurt someone. I said, okay, well, that's it with that. No tennis. So all I'm saying, guys, is
Damn.
I'm an athlete too. I live that life. I just know now that people are different. These 2000 babies, they're different. They love to
They built
brag
different.
on TikTok, calling you a B, saying you're weak. That's their thing. But if anybody cared about these people progressing in their life and doing well, as adults, we have to say, hey, I get where you're coming from, but you don't have to fight right now. This ain't that type of fight. You did all of that with your game. You're good. You know, we don't have to take that approach. So again, guys, you got a lot of people that like the Malcolm X approach by any means, and you have the Martin Luther Kings that say we're gonna fight them with positivity. It's up to you how you want to do that. You feel me? At the end of the day, Malcolm X got killed by his own people. Martin Luther King got killed by a white person. Let that sink in. So again, you have 2 different types of people. You have one that feel like we always have to be, action oriented and we have to go at them fisticuffs. And sometimes that's not the way to go. Sometimes you have to, remember who you are and what you're not going to allow. Right. So again, we will be having the trauma episode this Saturday. I did tell y'all I was going to do that. I did get a lot of content this week. I got some emails. There is a guy that sent me an email in regard to him going over a chick's house to kick it, a woman that he knows, and her friends, her daughter and her friends came over. They weren't supposed to be over, and they did. And the daughter's friend tried to get at him and said, "You can fuck me from behind." It's one of the saddest stories I've heard. And he wants me to try to help him get his friendship back with this woman because she believed her daughter's friend over him. And she's known him for many, many, many years. And it saddens me how our young women think lying when you get caught is the thing to do. It's not. You are damaging people's reputations and you are damaging great friendships. This man actually cried because he knew her so long, and the fact that she believed her daughter's friend. And you should know this man's character, that he would never do nothing like that. He actually told her, "I'm gonna go ahead and head out," because now your daughter and her friends are here. So we're not hooking up. We're not going to do that here. It was just like that one guy that I told you guys about who said, hey, I can't sleep with you in your daughter's room. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, this is your daughter's room and she's laying in your bed and you want me to hit it from behind on her bed. You got some men that have morals. So when
like me, that's disgusting.
So when he told me that, he said, look, she actually threatened to call the cops on me. Like, ladies, listen, if you have a friend that you've known for 10, 20 years and you know his character, he's been around your daughter before. He's been around your daughter's friends before and nothing ever happened. You can't just go off for a girl crying because she got caught and he told. You have to start listening and looking these girls in the eye and tell them, look, you're not going to get in trouble. Just tell me the truth. Then you'll get the truth. But when you sit there and you trust the first thing you hear without analyzing the facts, you're damaging good friendships and relationships with people. And this man is very, very, very distraught. He told me, whatever you can do to help me get my friend back. That's my home girl. Like, I've known her for a long time. Whenever I need someone to kick it with and smoke with, I call her. And for her to believe in that moment that I would try to have sex with her daughter's friend and the girl's room is right there that he left out of, why would you think that would even happen? Right? So again, guys,
he throwing away his whole life the minute that go down.
If she would have called the cops, or even if one of those girls called the cops, her daughter or her daughter's friends, he would have been in trouble because he said she cried. And one thing about us women, when we cry and say we didn't do it, we're more believable. These young girls are so smart and intelligent. They would rather use that to hurt someone. It's not right.
A manipulation tactic.
It is. And I believe this man that he didn't attempt to do anything like that. But for that girl to tell him that you fine and you can hit it from the back, they get these words from these rappers. They like looking up to Sukiyana. They look up to these Meg Thee Stallion. They look up to these girls
Sweetie,
who talk
all
about
of them.
the sex and sticking your tongue out.
Doja Cat, the whole nine.
That's what they look up to. So
City Girls. Well, mine is JT. I could vouch for her because JT's off the street. She ain't fucking around since she been with Uzi. So.
But guys, if you guys have been watching some of these celebrities like Black China, they're changing. What's the other girl's name that was on Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, props to Angela.
Kalaya, who's that girl for Love and Hip Hop? The one that was messing with.
I forget, but I won't forget.
You know what I'm talking about? And she changed her life too. She said, "I'm sorry to all the people I hurt on Love and Hip Hop." What's her name? Can someone help me with that? She's the other girl. She was on the Shade Room and she said, "I want to say I'm sorry to Candy and all these people that she hurt." Can somebody help me?
I completely forgot.
I can't name who she was with
though.
She has a fake butt too, though. She has a fake butt, and she had a kid with Fetty Wap.
Oh, I know.
Y'all know what I'm talking about now.
Alexis Sky.
Yeah,
Alexis Sky.
Yes.
Alexis Sky. I'm sorry.
We got Alexis Sky and we got Black China, who have now turned their lives over to God. Okay. So there's something that these women know that other women need to get on board too. And they're getting their now Alexis Sky, I don't think she got her fake butt out yet or the breasts and all that other stuff, but she is putting God first. Black China removed the fake butt, the face fillers. And she goes by Angela White now, her government name. But even though she has turned to God, what did I tell you guys on my Instagram today? What you do on video can damage your reputation. Anytime she talks about how she wants to change, all they gotta do is go back to that OnlyFans content that they have and see her busting it open. That's
what I'm saying. Even though her page got taken down and was deleted, all of that content was purchased,
guys, listen,
and it's still being siphoned through Reddit. So
sadly, her nudes, her coochie, all that is still going to be exposed forever because of that decision to make that money. Women always make millions and millions of dollars. Remember, there was that one year where Black China was making the most money off of OnlyFans, right? So now
over $500,000.
Now you want to turn to God, and there's no time limit when you can turn to God. But no one's gonna forget when you was with the devil. No one's going to forget that. You were busting it open. People say, "What about your kids? F them kid. You didn't care nothing about nothing." And now, when you're turning to God, know that your journey is going to be hard. So, ladies, just know
it's not like she really got much to really worry about because most of the time the kids is with the fathers more of the time than they're with her.
True. Nikki Jones,
she's already admitted that.
I don't know. I thought Fetty Wap was the father. Whoever it is, we know she had
No,
a
no,
kid.
Fetty Wap is Alessa Sky's baby daddy, but in regards
No.
to Black China, she has two kids by
Oh
two
yeah,
separate men.
Rob and Tiger, right? Or Tigger, whatever his name is.
Tiger, yeah, but
Tiger,
both of
Tigger,
them have
Winnie the Pooh, whatever his name
majority
is.
of the custody over the kids. She has visitation down there. She's not
Yes,
taking care of
Cheryl.
her
Yes,
kids.
Cheryl. Cheryl said K. Michelle did it. But see, the thing about K. Michelle did get that big horse butt taken out, but then she went and changed her whole face. So you can't sit there and promote body positivity to women when you don't even look like your original face. You don't look like Memphis now. Now you look like a New York filter. I mean, a California filter. You look like one of them filters that are on Facetune. Remember, K. Michelle used to look real hood with the big nose and the uneven skin, and now she looks completely different. These fake big lips. So how do you take out the fake butt, but then you get fake lips and you get fake face implants? She doesn't look the same. So K. Michelle, I'm not gonna
She
give her no
had to take
props.
it out because K
I'm not.
Michelle was getting sick over her
Well,
implants, so
her
she
face,
had to get them
anybody
removed.
Google K. Michelle, she does not look like the K. Michelle we know. She got a lot of face work done, so I will not. And then Brittany Reiner, or Renner, whatever you say, she now wants to turn a new leaf. I don't believe she said anything about God. She's still on her Instagram posting half naked pictures. That's not godly. So I don't think Brittany, she was just saying all that hoeing, it has hurt me. But she didn't say nothing about turning to God. So if she turns to God, that would mean she can't do the whole stuff that she's doing right now. So again,
Hmm.
Brittany Rayner is still gonna be who she is. I don't think she's ever going to say, I am done sleeping around with men. I'm gonna do better. Amber Rose. Amber Rose has been washed up and used up. The minute her baby daddy went and started dating old ass Cher, now all of a sudden she hates men. But you loved men when they were married. You loved men when they were in relationships and you were doing all this. So instead of taking accountability, she's now saying, I hate men. So I don't want to hear that because you chose these men. You were a homewrecker. Remember, what you do in your life can affect you when you get older. Again,
And it can
what you do
also
in life.
affect your kids' lives as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
because her son
Yeah.
is going through it right now. He's only in elementary school. How kids at that age just gonna run up on you in the middle of class and say, "Yo, I found this on the internet. It's your mom's doing such and such." How does that look on
Hold on.
somebody's?
Hey, Kelsey.
Oh, I'm praying for that child,
Kelsey said,
man.
who cares why others bring up your past? Kelsey, people are going to bring it up because when you're trying to turn a new leaf, those same people were telling her, don't do it. What about your kids? And then you do it for like 5 or 6, 7 years. And then you change and say, oh, now I want to do a change. People are still going to hold you accountable for when they were trying to tell you not to do it in the first place, right? It's called accountability. So if I tell people, I'm going to be a hoe, I'm going to start an OnlyFans called Accountability for the Booty. And I'm going to show all my booty. And I do that for 10 years straight. And I make over $30 million. Now I've made all the money, got the big bank account. And then I say, guys, I am now going to church. I'm going to get baptized. Yes, that's wonderful. But no one's gonna forget when you were on that roller coaster with the devil.
Exactly.
No one's gonna
Like
forget.
this.
It's this. You can ask
Like
God to
this.
forgive. Yeah, God's gonna forgive you. Facts. But people are not, and people are not God. What did Rick Ross say? God forgives, but I don't. People don't forgive. They don't because they think there's a facade. They're saying, okay, well, you made $30-40 million. What have you done to give back? Have you started a shelter for women like you? Have you started a clinic where women can get checked? What are you doing with all that money you made in the OnlyFans? So again, that's why people are very critical. That's why you got to be careful what you put out there. No different than when you go to jail. They say, well, hey, Daquan, in 2002, you got in trouble for weed. So why shouldn't we give you a bigger crime now? Well, hey, we're in 2023, Judge. They don't care. They're going to always judge you off of what you did in the past. That
Hell
is called
yeah.
society. So if we know that that's how society is, why give them ammunition? You can't keep saying, well, God forgave her. Who cares? Who cares? She's going to care because they're going to keep bringing it up and they're going to keep reminding her that you was once a hoe. You was once this hoe that took people's men, that messed with married men, that did all these freaky acts on OnlyFans. People are just not going to forget that because people
Well, we
are
can
people.
forgive, but we won't forget.
Yeah, they're not going to forget. Nikki said Amber got 2 sons. Yes, she sure does. This is why I don't date women because she's saved. But look, a woman that's changing her ways, that's good to see. I'm proud of Angela White. I'm proud of Alexis Sky. But change is also you continuing to do that behavior. What's going to happen when they get back to their old life and their friend comes over? Yeah, bitch, hey. That quick they're gonna change. Some
Or
people
they
change in
find another
February.
rapper or another mogul or somebody that's actually gonna fit their lifestyle. They might just flip a 180 and go right back to those old ways, like you're reiterating right now. We're not really gonna see much of a change in that person because obviously now that you got complacent, you just fall back into your old ways.
That's right.
So
It's easy
really,
like a
there's
crack game,
nothing
man.
but an oxymoron being
Yeah.
spoken. I don't
Like I
understand why
said,
you was being a hypocrite, wasting my time.
they just came out and said that they're changing this year. Let's give them some time because it's not easy.
True,
If and you know what I would have did, instead of telling society what I was doing, I would just shut down all my social media and
and
change. And
let
then
my
I make a
actions speak for
statement.
myself.
Hey guys, I've been gone for a year because this is what I've been doing. Bam. But see, when you tell everybody early that you're changing, the devil has a way of sending all your old acquaintances back. Hey, Angela, you could make $1,000,000 if you just bust it open one time for us. It's easier to be tempted when you tell everybody that you're on that journey. You have to be silent with your movement because when you're loud with it, that's how other people in your past can get to you quicker. I honestly
Mhm.
don't know if these women are going to continue on this journey. They just started it, but I want to give them to next year. Give them a year because that would tell me that you truly changed. Anyone can tell you on Monday, I'm changed. I got baptized. But then you give them a couple months and then they're back in the streets. So what I'm saying is when you turn your life to God, you start losing money because you're doing the right thing. How long would this change happen? What happens if it affects their pockets? Are they willing to say, I'm going to get a real job and not bust it open no more? That's when you're really challenged. That tells me if you really changed. I honestly think if it affects Black China's money, she's going to go right back to that life because money over morals is a lot of these women's agenda today. They will put money over anything. That's y'all see Sukiyana.
Especially when they got mouths to
Sukiyana
feed.
went from I sold my soul to the devil to allowing a man put a leash around her neck and walk her like a dog with her tongue out. These women are disgusting and vile. When are we going to change, ladies? That's all I want to ask y'all. When are y'all going to start seeing yourself for the queen that you say you are? I'm tired of these women calling themselves queens, but they act like peasants. They got their booties busting them open, and then they
More
got these
like court
kids.
justice, to be honest.
It ain't, ladies. You're not queens. If you're a queen, you have to carry yourself as such. Quit calling yourself that when you know that you're just a hoe. You a hoe. You're not a queen. Hoes will
And I
never give you
thought,
respect.
not to keep cutting you off, but I actually
Yeah, you've
thought
been
it
cutting
took
me
a.
off all year. I'm gonna call
I'm
you cut
sorry,
off the one. Go ahead, Dewan.
I'm sorry, but not to paraphrase, but I thought it actually took a king to actually make a queen.
It does. It does. We
Right.
we need our kings and they need their queen. Kalaya, are you a queen or are you a 304?
Um, uh, to be to be technical,
Ooh, we.
I consider myself a princess because in order for me to be a queen, I have to be with a king. You
Ooh,
So I do
y'all
agree with
hear Kalaya?
brother though.
Kalaya, are you single?
Currently, yeah,
You hesitated. That means Kalaya is
Mm.
talking to someone. Are you talking to someone right now? As friends?
yeah. I am
Okay,
talking to
that's why
someone
you
that's
hesitated.
fine.
When you
Yeah,
said I knew that was that guy on your phone that says good morning, my beautiful black queen. And good
yeah.
night, my
Right?
beautiful queen. Am I right, Kalaya?
Correct.
Okay, Kalaya, do you have any kids?
No children.
See, you said do you have one on the way?
No.
Okay, I was messing with you. But look, so again, Kalaya, you are a queen. You don't have to have a king by your side to be a queen. You carry yourself like a queen, and that's gonna attract that king. But don't entertain these peasants. Don't entertain these pookies who want to get in your drawers and make you a baby mama. Keep
That part.
using that strong mindset that you have, Kalaya. I can tell you're a good person. I knew that you was talking to someone because you hesitated. This is how I talk to my clients. When I ask you a question and you take too long or you hesitate, I know you're lying. Not lying, but you're not
Hmm.
being fully honest. And it's okay. What I'm trying to tell these ladies out here is if you call yourself a queen, act accordingly. You don't have to bust it open. You don't have, and I'm not telling you to dress like a nun. But ladies, remember, if you're trying to attract a king, you have to carry yourself as a queen. You can't be here busting it open, letting a man dog walk you. You're not going to pull a good man. You might pull a man that doesn't mind doing freaky, nasty things to you, but that's not what you seek, ladies. That's not what you desire. You want a man that's going to make you his number one. But if you're acting like these women that you look up to, like these Sukianas and all these loose women, you're not going to get a king. Men
You're
might
just gonna be
entertain that.
another
Listen,
option.
men might entertain that to pump and dump, but they're not going to lock that down. They're not. And if they do lock it down, it won't last. Kanye West, you cannot turn a hoe and to a
Oh, I'm
housewife.
praying for Kanye,
You
man.
can't.
I'm mad. I'm
Yeah.
mad he got to come out his pocket $250,000 for them kids, man. That's messed up.
Yes,
God
true.
dang.
So, ladies, if you are
Kim
one of
pulled
those women,
highway robbery. Her lawyers are excellent.
yeah,
Shit.
ladies, if you are one of those women that has lived a life where you felt like you needed to give up your body and you need someone to help you get back on track, I am here. Fellas, if you do need some counseling, I do have some openings. I just finished up my program with a few people and I'm taking on new clients. I am free. All I ask people to do is don't lie to me. I don't like to be lied to. Don't disrespect me with my number. Don't text me late. I do have a life too. So if you need any of my services on Instagram, I'm Queen of Accountability, and on email, accountabilityqueen@aol.com. So there's no excuse for you saying, well, I reached out and you didn't respond. There's two different ways you can reach out to me. So again, I will be doing the trauma episode on Saturday. That is not just for men, it's for women too. But I really want women to hear about how a lot of these men come from damaged homes due to women. Women
Right.
act like it's only an absent father that can hurt a child, but
Nope.
a lot of them are the reason that that father is absent. You got men in this world that just cannot be around someone who breeds toxic. Like, I mean, they're just mad at no. Like, you got a lot of women right now that are so angry and they're holding on to hurt from another relationship, and they take it out on that dad. And that dad, when he's around her, his head hurts. What was I gonna say? Men, when it comes to black men, do you know what the silent killer is in black men?
Stress.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of men don't know they have it. I was talking to a client that said, whenever I'm around my baby mama, when I'm trying to get my kids, I get these headaches and she's yelling at me and I have to close my eyes and rub my temples. That
Probably
is
anxiety
blood
hitting
pressure
them.
rising. Like, ladies, why would we want to put men through that? Even if you're mad that they moved on, don't do that in front of the kids. Aren't you tired of yelling? I'd be asking God to take away their voice box sometimes. If anybody saw that movie Click when he was turning down the volume with the remote, if men can do that
With
in real
Adam
life, they
Sandler, that
would
was
be
funny.
gold. All I'm saying is, ladies, no matter how bad he hurt you, don't take it out on the kids. And when you talk to him crazy, the kids see it and they think it's okay to talk to him like that. You guys have to set the example. And remember, you chose this man and you guys have to co-parent. So if you guys are having co-parenting problems, talk to me. Let me help you guys bridge it back together because listen, women go through a lot of shit too. They do. But ladies, that doesn't give you a right to make a man your punching bag. That isn't fair. You need to go seek some help and heal yourself because you're worth that. You're worth that healing. But the minute you start taking it out on that man, you're never going to progress in life. You're going to have some angry, bitter kids as well that are going to be fucking up in school and fucking up in life because of your fucked up attitude. I've seen it. When I worked for the state, I always looked at stuff like that. How do you talk to your kids when we're not here? Okay, I'm leaving now. Have a good day. I shut the door and stay back and listen. Get your motherfucking toys off the floor. We're ringing that doorbell again. Is everything okay? I wanted her to know that I was the kind of person that will put my ear up to the door and listen. I was that type of case manager. I knew what you was doing. Cause I'm black and I come from a black household. I knew when those white people would come, you gotta be quiet, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta be nice and clean. And then when they leave, fuck you, mother. You can't believe it. You can't believe it. You can't believe it. So
Can't make this
guys,
shit up.
guys, all I'm saying is we have to do better. And any woman that's trying to change her life, give her a chance to change. How do we expect her to grow and thrive and become a better woman if we judge her? Yes, we know Angela White used to be a hoe. Black China used to ruin relationships and take people's stuff, but we are all sinners. Just because she sinned differently doesn't make us perfect. Oh no, we sinners too. So what we have to do is say, look, this is a black woman trying to change. Let's give her the opportunity to change. That way, other women will want to change. I just hope that we're not all looking up to just her. There are a lot of women we could be looking up to, like Michelle Obama, women who have already been doing right. But we don't want to look
Angela
up to those.
Bassett.
We want to look up to former people who were used to be hoes.
Shout out to
No,
the queen.
look up to all women. Look up to all women of different facets. Don't just live through Black China because she might relapse. It's like a crackhead. When a crackhead goes to a crackhead center and they start getting that dope sick and they shake and get the shakes, and then after a few, let's say a few months, they're clean and they release them back to the world. All it takes is that one person to say, "Hey, man, we're looking for you. Look at what I got for you." And now he's back to being a crackhead. So again, It's very hard to change when you've been doing something for years. Give these women a chance to change. Fellas, you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife, but you can turn a changed woman into a wife, because now this woman has changed her life around. She has shown you that she changed. It's no different than a man going to prison and getting out, and in 10 years he hasn't done anything wrong. Why
It's
isn't he
part of
not worth a
reform.
queen? Why isn't he not worth a wife? He changed. It's how you change what people look at. When I tell these men who are felons, when you're trying to get a job, go back to school. They're going to see that since prison, you went and got a degree. That is change. They want to see that you did something productive with your life.
That's
And that's how a
progress.
lot of men, especially black men, if you want to know how to get a second chance in corporate America, go to school. Because jobs look at that as responsibility. He kept his GPA. He got a degree. That is change. So again, if any of you guys need help, I got you. But women, I want to see more of us change for the betterment. Let's not promote being angry and ghetto and toxic. Let's promote being queens. Okay? Let's promote loving our kings, not tearing them down. They already get that every day. They already get that at work. They get that in life.
That's
They get that
true.
when they leave the house. Let's start loving them more. Let's do, like y'all do all these dumb challenges. Do a shut the fuck up challenge where you're not bashing a man for a day, and watch how your life changes. See, y'all do these dumb butts it open challenge, show a titty challenge. I saw a challenge on TikTok where women were saying, can your tongue touch your nipple? That was the challenge. And nobody got reported. Nobody got violated. But on my TikTok, I have 4 text receipts that received violations, and one was for sexual behavior. A text receipt. No pictures, just words. So do y'all get what I'm saying here? Black women,
Tired
they
of
don't
what it
mind you guys
froze,
degrading
Daphne.
yourself. They don't mind. They don't like when you hold yourself accountable. So if Black China was a post on TikTok she was changing, they'll probably get her for changing behavior. That's what they probably get it for. So again, they don't mind the ratchet stuff. They want you to be ghetto. They want you to see if your tongue can touch your nipple. They love that. They breed that. But the minute you say, you know what, I'm going to get baptized, you'll probably be on a ban for 30 days. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, if you're going to change and you need help, let me help you. Because I'm telling you, ladies, when you change and you do better and you stop nagging men and you start taking care of your health, there's a glow about you. Like if you guys look at Kalaya's picture, y'all see that glow in her picture? All you see is white teeth and a beautiful smile,
I'm
cheekbones.
trying to tell
That's
you, she
somebody
fine
that
as
is
hell.
growing and thriving in life. That's what we need, more Kalayas. And then when you see angry women, they got a lot of acne. They got frowns because they're always mad. And their lips be dry because all they do is talk. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, men
Oh
look at
hell
stuff like
yeah.
that, right?
Her
Men
icon is
do a
fire.
good challenge. I finished a book challenge. I cooked a meal from scratch challenge.
Damn.
You
Too
feel me?
bad she in Cali. I would have flew
I
out there.
went and did something productive for my household challenge. I started a business challenge. I told somebody, I'm not going to let you get me to your level challenge. Do something that's going to breed positivity. Stop doing these dumb bust it open. How many licks is it? Quit doing that dumb shit
Oh
and do
god.
things that are going to help people grow. Y'all can say whatever you want about me, but all I want is us to thrive and grow together. There are a lot of beautiful Black women in this world that are not being looked at because of these Sukianas and all these wild women who think driving the boat and getting drunk and snorting coke and letting a man put a leash around your neck while he pulls on your wig. Guys, listen, that is not how our women are supposed to be treated. But if a woman's going to allow a man to dog walk her, he's going to treat you how you want him to treat you, like a dog. See, me as a woman, I would never let someone do that. So again, if you really need help with your self-confidence, ladies, let me help you. There was a woman on Instagram who thought all she needed to post was dirty pictures to get attention. I told her to remove those pictures and she did. That was hard for her to do. She was so used to that. Well, that'd be 4,000 likes if I do that. Well, what about this one? This one's 5,000 likes. I'm going to lose money. I said, so do you rather lose money or morals? Which one? She went and deleted everything, guys. She's starting from scratch. That was hard for her to do. She cried, but she did it. And she feels better. She said, you know what I wanted to tell you, Daphne? She said, Daphne, I went for a job. And this job told me that they can give me $85,000 a year. You know, I don't care who you are. It is very hard to make money at that level. It is, especially when you're a woman. And she told me when I went to my interview, I kid you not, they were on my Facebook. and they quickly change. You know how when you have a computer, you can tab and change it to the next screen? They
Of
were
course.
on her Facebook. She said, I'm positive they saw my Instagram that had no pictures. Guys, listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to help y'all ladies out here. I'm trying to help you because if I was a job, I'm going to your Facebooks. I'm going to your Instagrams. I'm going to your Twitter. You got some jobs that will tell you to put the links to your shit on there, right? Or they just
Yep.
do it themselves. They have IT do it and show them what your shit looks like. So again, if your Facebook and Twitter and all that's linked to a real email, it's not hard to find you. So
It's
what are they
nothing
going
but
to
a
see?
trace.
What are they gonna see when they look at your Facebook and Instagram? If they would have saw your legs open and they could see your coochie hairs, that's how close the picture is. They're not gonna hire you. They're not. But thank God they didn't see nothing on her Instagram, so that's probably why they were on her Facebook. That's private, and everything she had on Facebook was professional. She said that's where her family was. The Instagram was the nasty shit. Now, if they would have went and saw that she had those pictures that I saw, she probably wouldn't have gotten the job. So when I try to tell these ladies the little things like that, I do it because I care. I really do care about seeing my Black women make it. You guys are more powerful than you think, but you act like these are low class peasants because you think that's what we need to do to be, to be tough, and that ain't right. It's not. Like I said, ladies, like with me, for years, people say, "Well, I don't know what you look like." Yes, you do. You can go to my Facebook and see what I look like. I had to post a picture on my Instagram because in order to be verified, your picture that's in your profile, it has to match your license. And that was the picture I had that matched my license. They said the ninja pic wasn't going to do it. I submitted 4 pictures, y'all, and they were all with my face covered up, and you could only see my eyes, and they said hell to the no. So again, I want you to know to be verified, that's the only reason why I have a picture. So to those people that were asking me, or now you're selling out. I had a few women tell me I was selling out. I might put one on blast. She told me I'm a sellout. She said, you went all these years with that ninja pic, and now you're showing your face. Why? Well, guys, I'm a human being, and on my Facebook, there are pictures of my face. I'm not hiding my identity. That was just a picture that I like and I kept. It's still on my Facebook. That's why I don't want to be verified on Facebook, because if I do it on Facebook, I wouldn't have no attachment to my old, celebrity and all that. So the girl called me a sellout, and she said, now you're seeking male validation because you have a picture now on your Instagram. I just wanted you guys to know that in order to be verified, you have to have a real picture and you have to use your real name. It has to match your license identical or you don't get verified. So again, if that means I'm a sellout, I'll accept that. I had no choice. If I can change it back to the ninja pic, I would in a heartbeat, but I can't. So again, now you can see my face. I'm not hiding what I look like. There are pictures of me on my Instagram. There's just once a year. So people that know me, I'm just not a picture person like I used to be. Back in the day, I used to take pictures everywhere. But why? Why? So again, I want you to hear the message. It doesn't matter what I look like saying the message. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So again, ladies, you can call me a sellout for that, but it's just a picture of me smiling. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. Now, if it was a picture of me busting it open, you can get me, but you're not going to get me with that. You'll never see nothing online with me busting it open or doing a twerk video. That's not my lane. But ladies, what I'm saying is you don't have to show your coochie to be noticed, okay? Keep your panties on, keep your clothes on. So again, guys, I will be doing that trauma episode on Saturday, and we're going to do Love Overseas on Sunday. I might do a back-to-back show for y'all. And again, to anybody that if you felt offended by me saying that women's basketball is boring or don't send no pussy to help me, I'm not saying pussy like weak. I'm saying I would want a woman too. That's just my preference. I know there are women cops out there that are tough and strong and capable. That's good for you. But all I'm saying is I would like a man to be there if it's a domestic or something big, because most likely that man can take down a man. But if anybody ever saw any female cops, if it's daytime, you might see a cop by herself. But if it's at night, I have never seen a female cop by herself at night. Y'all can watch Live PD every Friday and Saturday, and you'll never see a woman by herself. Never, ever. So again, I just want y'all to know there's a reason for that, because they don't trust that woman by herself, because they know that men are much stronger. You're not going to get no 4'11", 80-pound man. Now, she can take that guy, but guys, look, most of these people that are high on drugs, they have 10 times the strength. A woman by herself is not taking them down. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. So again, I know y'all might not have liked that, but that's the truth. Also, women, sports. Anybody going to watch no WNBA? They will watch lingerie football. They will watch a twerk session, but they're not. And you know what? I guarantee you, if they had like a twerk session for women, more women would go to that than a WNBA game. I guarantee y'all that, because it's the thrill. I get to see asses shaking. I get to shake mine. Yes, bitch. But when you got these women wearing basketball shorts and jerseys, and and they got a ponytail in their hair, and they're sweating, and and they're some of them looking ratchet, some of them are bull daggers. Nobody really wants to come and see that. Come on, guys. I know I'm not wrong. So again,
No,
that's my
you're telling
take
the
on
truth.
that. If anybody has experienced trauma, Daquan, you're out. Kalaya, if you have went through that in your life, I want this to be a mixed crowd. The Love Overseas episode is going to be
I'm
people
out.
who not date American people, women or men. They just don't fuck with them. I think a lot of that deals with trauma. A lot of my male clients told me that their mothers are the reason why they hate black women. I'm trying to get them not to hate black women, because all black women didn't do that. It was your mama. You feel me?
I'm learning.
And I
I'm
don't even
learning.
want men to hate their moms, because I don't have my mom. And that's a powerful emotion to hate someone that almost died having you. That's selfish. Don't hate your mom. Say you dislike her
Mm,
ways, but saying you hate her, if you say that to me, I will end our communication. I'll block you on all. That's really fucked up.
damn, that's
I
gonna
talk
be
to men. I
hard,
know
Daphne.
I know a lot of y'all moms did some dirt to y'all, but it's not
I'm
enough for you to
saying.
say I hate. Hate is too strong of an
Ah,
emotion. This is the woman that gave birth and pushed you out of her vagina. Okay? Can't hate her. Just say you don't like what she did to you, and let's get past it. But if you're going off of a hate, good luck with your life, because I can't stand by that. No. I know a lot of black women messed up, but not enough for you to say I hate that bitch, and I don't care if she dies today. That's powerful. That's powerful. So again, fellas, we gotta get you saying, you know what? I just don't like what she did to me, but I love her from a distance. That's a changed man. So again, if you're one of those people that hate your mothers or hate your wives or ex-wives, whatever, let's talk about that word hate and let's turn it into love. Because when you're that mad at them, they have the power over you. Please know that they
it's,
got the
it's
power over you.
it's really more disappointment, more or less,
But
anything
yeah,
else.
say you're disappointed. But to say you hate your mother that gave birth to you and you hate your father and stuff like that, I just can't let you just do that. I can't. If you really want me to help you change, it will start with that right there. Okay? So again, guys, I got
Okay.
your back. I got your back. I hope that a lot of you guys are doing well. Keep up the great work. Everybody got their shirts and stuff. I need you to send me those pictures so I can post it. Anybody that's interested in the shirt, mentalhealth2011.com. If you need me to make you a customized shirt, I do customize shirts. I do it for couples. If you have a friend or a family member that passed away, I could do a picture of them with the angel wings. I do all that. I do the logos and everything for you and put it on a shirt for $35, no tax, no shipping. So again, I'm really affordable. I know a lot of people lose people every day, but having them on a shirt or having them on, like, say that you lost a family member and your mom or them wanted it on a keychain or wanted it on a mug or wanted it on a tumbler, I can do that for you. I'll put the logo together, send it to you. You can tell me what it looks like, and we'll put it on a shirt or a duffel bag or a hoodie, whatever you need. That's what I do, guys. And I'm affordable. Like I said, you got some people that will charge you for the design itself. I will send you 5 different designs and tell you to pick one. That's what I do, guys. So again, I don't charge people unless you're buying a shirt. That's a business, right? But when it comes to life coaching, I don't charge anyone. I never ask anybody for money. Any podcast that I've been on, people do say, hey, send that cash app. People do ask me for it, and I give it to them just naturally, but you ain't got to send me shit. And if you guys are going through a tough time, let's talk. I had somebody that needed help with rent, and I found them a resource, and they got their rent paid for 4 months. So again, sometimes you don't know where to look. I do. Sometimes and it's okay to come to me and say you might need some help. I'm not going to put it on Facebook. Y'all think I'm the devil. I'm not. The only time I get you is if you come at me acting a fool. Okay. So again, guys, I hope y'all have a good night. And I hope that, this trauma episode, I hope it does well. We're going to do it on Saturday because I want y'all to be, ready for it. If you work on Saturday, let me know. I can move it to Sunday. Ain't no sports happening like that right now, right? I think just basketball. So
Um, let me double check my
if I need to move it to
schedule.
Sunday, I will. If not, we good. That video of that
Damn, I
writing on that.
actually am working on Saturday. I
You
actually am
do?
working on
What's your
Saturday. Well,
hours?
earliest I'm starting work is at 11 a.m.
Okay, then I'll probably do this show on Sunday. I think Sunday you said last time was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I'll move it to Sunday, no problem. So again, guys, I love you guys too. Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey, you are always supporting, and you're always giving me and me and Kelsey haven't agreed a lot. There's a lot of people that I haven't agreed with. And we're still here today. Cheryl,
Me
I've
too.
disagreed with her. I've disagreed with Kelsey before. I've disagreed with a lot of
Me
people. Look,
a whole
we all
time.
still here. We all still here. And Kalaya, thank you for coming on and giving me a female's perspective. You are a beautiful woman. Reach out to
Definitely
me on
is. I'm mad
Instagram.
I'm not in Cali.
Shout out Kalaya. It's not every day I get to talk to women who have their head on straight. Kalaya could have came on here and said, you know what? I love what Angel did. It was cool. But Daphne, I respect your opinion. And me and Kalaya still would have been cool. So again, guys, all I'm saying is if fellas, if you see something you like, go for it. Tell a woman she's beautiful. It starts there. Tell a woman how was your day. A lot of women just
I
want to tell.
did. She looked fine as hell.
Okay, see, don't do the Daquan method where you're saying she looks fine as hell. Women don't like words like that. When you tell a woman you have a really, really nice smile, women like that. When you say, damn, you fine as fuck, women are
I
thinking that
said
you trying to
hell.
have
I ain't
sex.
say fuck.
No, I'm just saying, I'm telling you the difference. For a woman like
Understood.
Kalila, you would say you have a beautiful smile. And she'll say, oh, thank you. Thank you. And I ask her, how many times do you brush your teeth in a week, Kalila? That throw her off a little bit, right? She'll probably laugh. You so funny. Well, that's how nice your teeth are. And now y'all talking about life. You see, you just got to know how to open up the door. Some of these men be like, damn, them lips look good. I bet you they'll look even better on my, see? And y'all being
Hey,
perverts. And men do that.
I wouldn't even do that, but I've heard
Men do
that
it.
before.
Men do it. See, when I met
Nah,
my husband, and
that's a
he
little
tried to
too
play defense
X-rated.
against me, I already didn't like him. I knew one thing about playing basketball against men. I knew when men were gonna play straight D. When I met my husband, he went from 6'2" to my height, 5'5". That's how low he got to play D. And I knew he was gonna D me up, and I was mad. I said, "You can guard somebody else. You don't gotta guard me." He said, "No, I'm guarding you." And then the dude had on a pro-am football shirt. So I figured he was in football, which means he's fast. So I was mad. I was mad as fuck. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to hit him with my shot. So my husband was playing defense on me, and I faked him left, and I tricked him with that fake left. I made him go left, and I went right. When I went up for the layup, the ball was gone. He had already knocked that ball on the other side of the court, and everybody in the gym ran out. He embarrassed me in my own hometown. That's how I met my husband. I did not like him. I was like, what was his name? I was looking for him on Facebook to block him, but I didn't know his name. And then he found me on Facebook. So yeah, that's how I met my husband. I thought I was about to give him the work, and he swatted my ball. He reminded me why men, it's a man's game. He sent that ball to the other side of the court for no reason at all. He could have just did a little bit, little pat. He wanted me to know this is his jam too. And he embarrassed me. So that's how I met my husband, y'all. To this day, I'm still mad about that a little bit because everybody ran out the gym and we didn't even get to finish the game because no one has never embarrassed me like that. I've put so many people on the floor, embarrassed them. He was the first person to break that streak of me being clowned in my own gym. My husband did
Don't
that. So
worry.
yeah,
Don't worry. You're going to get it back.
I was like, man, I'm telling my brother, I'm going to have my brother beat you up. It never went that far, but that's how much he embarrassed me. I didn't have any accountability, y'all. I was young. And I was mad. I wanted war with him. I did. So yeah, guys.
It's all right. It's
So yeah,
okay. It's just a rivalry of the sport. It's okay.
Kalaya, Cheryl said you're beautiful. Kalaya, I would like to hear you on more of my shows. Kalaya, I think you did a good job today. I love when women come on here. I will do a show about women, why they can't find a man. I'm also going to incorporate a show like that too, and I'm going to do one for just men, where women have to sit back and listen, and we're going to do one where women are going to talk, and men, y'all going to shut the fuck up and listen. Because
yes, ma'am.
sometimes women, y'all don't even know the reasons why they're scared to date. And sometimes when you know it, you're like, damn, I didn't even know that would. Women go through their own little traumas too. And so do men. So when we all find out why we're not connecting like we need to, it's going to help us. If anybody wants my advice on how to start a relationship, talk. Start talking first. Do not have sex. Do not even talk about sex. Talk about things that are of importance. Life. You know what? What do you like to eat? What's your favorite food? What do you like to cook? Okay. You like to do. Okay. Do you do any sports? Do you like to leave out the house and do it? Okay. What is that like? What's your favorite team? Don't talk about anything freaky. The minute it gets freaky, that ain't gonna last. And then don't go on a date right away. I usually tell men, talk to her for a full month before you go on a date. Because in that month, you haven't wasted any money, right? Right? Because one thing y'all men want to do is show her on day one that you got pockets. Now she's expecting those pockets to be open on every date. Don't do that. Tell a woman how you feel. Yeah, I've been in a lot of relationships with a lot of women who only wanted me to spend my money. And I just want to be able to just us to meet each other halfway. Like if I'm paying for the movie, you pay for the popcorn. If we're at a dinner and I'm paying for the dinner, you pay for the tip. We can work together like that. But see, you got these women that say, no, men need to pay for everything. Well, that's why you are single. Because that's your mentality. It is unfair to make a man pay for everything. A man will probably get a boner if you say, babe, let me pay the tip. What? The tip? You gonna pay the tip? Man, I love her. You know what? I saw your tank was almost on E. Here's $20 for gas. When do women do that? Y'all women don't be doing that, and y'all know y'all don't. Well, you should have said something, Earl. You should have told me your tank was on E. Like, ladies, if he's doing all the driving, don't you think he deserves a few dollars? Right? A lot of y'all spend $100 on lashes. You can't give him $20 for gas. Come on, ladies. So again, men just want someone that's going to have their back too. You ain't got to go half on the bill, but paying for the tip is showing him that you would have went half, but you're paying for the tip. He told you I got the whole thing, and you still said, no, babe, I got the tip. Men love that. That's the only time I tell women to be aggressive, when you're doing something for him, because he's going to say no at first. Men are testing you. When a man says no, babe, put your wallet away. They don't mean that shit. They want to see if you would really put that wallet away. When I went on a date with my husband, he said that, put your wallet away. I started laughing. I said, no, I'm helping. I got loud. I knew he didn't like when people get loud, so I got loud. And then he knew I got your back too. Let me help. You don't need it, but I want to show you that I don't need you to do everything. Let me do something for you too, right? And look, we've been together ever since. So all I'm saying, ladies, is he could use $20 in a tank. And if he don't want it, cash app him it. What's your cash app? Why? I just want to know. You can't tell me a cash app? So
Or
ladies,
if
y'all know
he's letting you use the car, return it on a full tank. That way he won't even have to ask anyway.
That's a relationship. If a woman's taking his car, then they're locked in. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the dating phase when you're getting to know a woman. You want to see how much this woman is. When men say put your wallet away, 9 times out of 10, they just want to see what you're gonna do. Now, ladies, you can help out with the popcorn. You can help out with the Skittles. You can help out with the freezy if y'all going to the movies. You can. But a lot of y'all don't, because he didn't say it. He shouldn't have to. See, that's what a lot of you entitled women like to do. And that's why you don't go on a second date, because you're entitled. But offering will let that man know that you had a thought to help. Even if he told you I got it all, you still helped him. So again, that's the kind of woman I was with my husband. Even if he said no, I still did it because I cared about him that much. I didn't want him always coming out of his own pocket. He worked hard. So again, ladies, you got to also be visual. Y'all know how to look at the best nail shops, the best lash shops, the best wig stores, right? How you don't know about this man? But every 1B or the B for blonde, or the burgundy, BRG. Y'all know all them terms for wigs and colors, but you don't know this man. Get the fuck out of here. Women, you know a lot about men if you put your mind to it like you do when you're getting that new hairdo. You feel me? A lot of you women act like you don't understand and you don't remember, but you do. If you're talking to a man and he tells you, yeah, I love Skittles, right? And y'all go to the movies, I don't need nothing. Get him the Skittles. He told you he likes them, right? Some men tell you, no, I'm good, babe. What you want? Okay, I'm gonna get you everything you want. Now y'all know y'all can get him something too. Y'all just don't want to. And one thing I don't like about women is when they say, well, you didn't ask. They shouldn't have to. One thing about my husband is I didn't want him to have to ask me for stuff. I should already know what he needs, right? So if you're talking to someone and y'all been talking for a few months, you should know a little bit about what he likes already. Ladies, quit doing that. Quit letting these men wine and dine you, and all you're doing is saying, thank you, baby. You so sweet, puka puka. No, that's not enough. Show him that. I'm not saying bust it open. I'm just saying when you're out with this man, reciprocate that energy. Help him out a little bit, even if he's not asking you for it. It'll go a long way with that man. Damn, I told the woman to put her wallet away, and she still gave me $50 towards a bill. Man, this is a good woman right here. And he might even hold on to that $50 until you might need it later on. Men are tricky, ladies, and they don't require much. Like I said, some of the men I know, they got one bean bag and an 80-inch TV, and they are happy with life, like a kid in the toy store. Men are simple. But see, when he gets that woman he loves, then he'll get the sectional. Then he'll get the end table. Then he'll get the pictures in the feng shui. That's when the woman comes in and fills it. See, a lot of men, ladies, don't think he's broke because he has an empty apartment. He's waiting for that queen to help him fill it. I'm going to leave y'all with that tonight. So again, guys, thank you for listening to my show tonight. And this one, I shouldn't get striked. I'm going to keep it on. And we all good over here. Y'all have a good night. and look forward to my next show. We're going to do trauma, and we're going to do why I can't find a man, part 1, and why I can't find a woman, part 2. We're gonna dive deep in these next few weeks. I'm gonna give y'all some good content. You guys have a good night, and y'all know how to reach me. I'm hoping that a lot of you guys that are trying to change your lives, that you really do reach out to me, because I really want to help you guys. Like I said, you guys help me when I can help you, because we're all imperfect, right? But one thing I would not do is judge you and say, well, damn, you was a crazy hoe. You had a PhD in hoeing. I don't talk to my clients like that. I got your back. And again, if you guys are out there sleeping around, please get tested, y'all. One of my clients that has AIDS wants to come onto the show one day, but it's a man and a woman. They're both terrified. They don't want to be judged. I even told them you can use a different name, but they don't want people to even hear their voice. And these people did not know they had it. And when people say get tested, and y'all say, yeah, I know I'm clean. Clean doesn't mean having good skin means that you don't have AIDS. These people didn't know they had it. They didn't know. And now there's different medicines out there that will slow down the progression of it. So you're not dying overnight like Eazy-E did. And I think that's a lot of reasons why y'all black people don't want to go get tested. Y'all know y'all out here sleeping around, and some of y'all have herpes and don't even know it. You know, herpes is a big one that people are spreading through kissing, swapping spit. Ew. Like a lot of y'all out there doing that, and y'all know y'all doing it, and y'all don't even care about getting tested. You can go get an Quick off of Amazon and test yourself and have her test herself right in front of you. It'll tell you. Why not feel good knowing? Just because she got a fat ass with no blemishes don't mean that she's clean. This woman, the woman that has it, she has a very nice shape and didn't know anything about what was going on in her body. So again, guys, take care of yourself out there, please. Please, though, if a woman or a man is willing to give it up to you on day 1, that's a red flag. Don't let them tell you, this is my first time. I never did this. They never did it that day. That's all. They did it before, though. Y'all got to stop listening to these people, because these people were tricked. No, I don't sleep around. I'm clean as a whistle. Another red flag. No such thing as clean as a whistle. Every whistle has germs in it. All I'm saying to you guys is get tested. If you're in a fully committed relationship, that's fine. But if you're out here being a hoe, fellas, because y'all the biggest hoes, y'all need to make sure you're getting tested. Please, fellas, because a lot of y'all are scared to do it because you don't want to know. You need to know. You really need to know. It's dangerous. In Atlanta, they said 45,000 people in 2022 were living with AIDS and they didn't know it. That's Atlanta by itself. That's scary. So y'all out here looking at these fat asses and these chromosome shapes, and y'all don't know what's going on internally. And just because the person has kids doesn't mean that they can't have AIDS. People with AIDS give birth, believe it or not. Okay, Magic Johnson. Don't sit there and let people make you think that because she has kids, that means she's clean. That's not true. So, fellas, I feel bad if y'all think that it's visual and you can tell if somebody has it. You can't. Okay? So, again, I'm trying to save y'all lives here. Please strap up. Please. Women, men, please. Like I said, I've only been with my husband the last 13 years, one man. You know, and it feels good when you know already what's going on with each other. But when you're out there sleeping around playing Russian roulette, it's a dangerous game. You know, and I hate to hear people telling me that they're sick. But there's new medicines that will allow you to live longer, but you shouldn't have to go through that, right? So ladies and gentlemen, please do better. Please, I'm asking you, if anything, please get tested. And if you're scared to get tested, call me and I'll stay on the phone with you while you're doing it. Whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable. But if you know you've been out there being a city girl and a city boy, get tested. They don't do that challenge, Joe. Show me a challenge where you have a result where it says negative. They're not going to show you that. This one woman told me I'm positive. That's good, right? I said, post that on Facebook. And she blocked me because I knew she didn't get tested. So you get a positive. No, that ain't good. That ain't good. That's the only time it ain't good, right? You know, in life, must be good, not on a test. Okay. So again, guys, all I'm doing, I'm trying to help y'all. She blocked me real quick. It was funny, but it wasn't funny because she was so adamant that I'm positive. I got the plus. That means I'm good. And I said, wow. Yeah, maybe I was rude with her response, but yeah, some of these women don't know. And that's how I know. So if a woman tells you, fellas, I'm positive. Okay. So you ain't got to worry about me having it. Red flag.
I'm walking another way.
Get out of there. Okay. So again, guys,
I'm running.
No shame in checking out their parts for bumps, lumps, leaks. She said leaks. Cheryl said it's a car. Bumps, leaks, all that. Check it. But look, guys, I'm proud of everybody. Thank you for coming and listening to my show tonight. I didn't have a big following, but this was a last minute thing. I want to say thank you guys for your opinions. Again, I know my opinion is not going to be everybody else's, but at the end of the day, I hope that y'all got something out of my show. Daquan, Kalaya, Marquez, thank you guys for coming on today. I'm gonna try to do more shows, but again, the best thing you guys can do for me is get me some more subscribers. I would like to have more people listening in. You ain't got to worry about me selling out. I'm not going to sell out. I'm still going to be who I am, but I need y'all to help me grow. I can't grow by myself. I want to say thank you for the 19,000 followers on Instagram. I haven't been using this Instagram a full year yet, and it is almost at 20,000 followers. So, and they're authentic followers. I'm moving at a slow pace, but I know these are real people. I ain't got to worry about no robots. So just thank you guys for that, because I don't deserve that. And with that being said, you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys on the next show. Daquan, Kalaya, you guys have a good night, okay?
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Daquan, Kalaya, you supposed to be talking to Cheryl, not Kalaya. So Cheryl,
I said good night to her too.
Daquan is for the streets. Cheryl, Daquan is for the streets. We know that now.
No, I am not.
Kalaya,
No, I am not.
I'm just playing, Daquan. Okay, you guys have a good night, all right?
You too, Baba. Have a good night.
All right, have a blessed night.